everybody? Welcome to Flagrant. Lot to discuss. Kanye West and Adidas are back. Where's Charlamagne at? We need answers.
What's your bet on Kanye getting back with Adidas? You think that
I'll suck some
Trump put a bullet in DeSantis' head. That campaign is over.
If I'm president, I will have that war settled in one day.
How would you settle that war?
I went out to Phoenix. I had to spar Sean O'Malley. I had to put the pause on him. Got dangerous. KSI knocked out a kind of professional boxer, maybe. But first, we gotta talk about the face of the NRA. I mean, the NBA is Ja Morant. Let's begin. That seems to be the biggest story going on right now. And it is a fascinating story, and I think it's all wrapped around this idea of why does he not care about $200 million? I think that's why people don't get the behavior. They're like, why would you continue to act in this way when you could lose out on $200 million?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, also, additionally, secondary maybe, we love him. And watching him piss it all away is like, bro, we invested into caring
But it's
about
all
you.
away.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Like the real core, the common denominator here is like, why would you keep doing this inconsequential thing?
Yeah.
And then lose the $200 million?
And that's what I'm saying. Secondarily, we wouldn't be as mad
Sure,
about
if we weren't invested in him, then whatever. But the $200 million thing, I was really fucking fascinated by this. I'm like, why the fuck would he be willing to just throw that all away? Because I think so many people who do not have that money are like, wow, that's my freedom. If I had that money, I'd never have to work again. My parents wouldn't have to work again. Why is he willing? He came from humble means. Why is he willing to throw away for his family, for his kids, his kids? Like, what the fuck?
And that $200 million, that's the Grizzlies contract
That's
number?
his new contract that he's already signed and he's about to get, right? This is what you want. After your rookie contract, you get that big max contract. He doesn't care about the money, but that is a function of being in the NBA, okay? When you're in the NBA, you get a paycheck every 2 weeks, just like most people get paychecks. Let's say his paycheck after taxes every couple weeks is $500,000. If they win 5 games in a row and he averages 35 points a game, how much does he get?
Same money.
$500,000. If they lose 5 games in a row and he's a bum every single game, how much does he get?
$500,000.
You start to disconnect. I've spoken to some people about this, and the players start to disconnect the money that's coming in and with the work that's being done to make the money. Especially a superstar like that knows he's getting max. Right? Because there is a cap. If you could pay LeBron what he's worth, you'd pay him $1 billion a year. But there's a cap. It's 30 or 40, whatever the fuck it is now. So having that come in every 2 weeks, you become disassociated, you become disconnected with it. It's the reason why, I know this sounds crazy to make a parallel, Russell Westbrook never seems accountable for his style of play. It's the same thing, only in different ways. He's like, the money comes in no matter what. Like, whether I take bad shots or good shots, I still make the same amount of money.
Small pushback on Russell Westbrook. Isn't he a free agent now? Or did he get a smaller contract?
I'm talking about for the last 10 years where he's been taking bad shots, and he keeps on getting max contracts. So what's happening with Ja is he's not thinking about the 200. It's not even in his mind where all of us are going, how do I not lose this 200? How do I not lose this 200? His behavior is not attached to the money coming in because his on-the-court play is not attached to it. And realistically speaking, I'm sure this is not the first time that the organization has heard of things that he's been involved in. These are the only times that have gotten out to the public. The organization has what are called handlers for their star players. And they go around, one of our boys was Dirk's handler. The guy down in Dallas. And it's his job to make sure Dirk don't get nobody pregnant, to make sure Dirk is not fucking Highland Hitler in the goddamn bar in Texas somewhere. You know what I mean? Like, that's literally their job.
That's a jump,
so
bro.
It's just saying, you never know. The haircut, right?
Come on.
I kind of like this job.
So it's like, it's basically what happens is there's a guy who's with Ja that's from the team. And he's telling him. And he's telling the team, yo, he's out here, he's wilding, he's doing these kind of things, like, he's a wild dude. And it's like, can you control him? Probably not. He has his friends who are all clout, goblin, gold-digging idiots because you're about to fuck up the gold mine. Like, don't put your boy on live ever. That, if you are living off of him, don't put him on live ever. What's the point?
Yeah.
I'm being for real.
But you're letting Ja skate on putting himself on live the first time.
Yo, it's not about, it's like, I'm not saying that he's not accountable for his actions. He needs to be accountable for his actions 100%, 100%. But if that's your man and you really fuck with him, you don't want him to get in any trouble. So you're not gonna be putting him on live in a fucking strip club, taking pictures and throwing money on ass.
Have you been 21 before?
Say again?
Have you been 21
Yo,
before? 23?
I hate that excuse too. I
did some of the dumbest things at that age.
Yeah, but you were broke. You had nothing to lose. You were AT&T.
Your whole point was you get disconnected.
Nobody cared what you did.
Your whole point was, your whole initial point was you get disconnected from the money.
Yeah.
So him being broke doesn't make an impact because these guys are disconnected with the money, so they're not thinking about the $200 million on the line.
Wait, break that down.
Your whole point was you're not thinking about the money that's on the line because you get disconnected from it.
But why? I don't think you understood the initial point.
The money comes regardless.
Yeah, he never got the money.
Ja did or he?
No, Al never got the money.
Yeah, but they're also
he doesn't think he's broke. He thinks he has so much money and it doesn't matter what he does. They're very different situations.
I'm not saying the situation is the same, but the mentality is the same. I'm not thinking about the money, so let's go on live because I'm disconnected from this action.
Akash, no. It's the same reason why if you're in a gang, you don't give a fuck what's gonna happen because you don't know if you're gonna be here tomorrow. That's a very different situation than somebody who's operating like a prince, who's like, nothing can go wrong with me. I'm gonna be fine no matter what. There are no repercussions to my actions and the money's gonna be there no matter what.
Yeah,
it's the same reason why Prince Harry dresses up as fucking Hitler one Halloween, right? Because he's like, like, what could happen? What realistically could happen?
My point is either way, you're disconnected from it. You're not thinking about the action.
Sure.
Maybe you can word it better than me.
I think that there's not a big difference between 50 million and 100 million when you haven't seen that type of money yet. He's like, hey, all my friend group around me, all the people online, all my supporters are like, yo, I fuck with that shit. He got positive reinforcement after the first thing with actual rappers who are recreating that scene in their videos because they fuck with him and all that type of shit. So he's like, yo, fuck it, all right, whatever, y'all find me, I gotta sit down a couple games. I don't give a fuck. Like, to him, it's like, I'm nice, you're gonna have to give me the money regardless, so I'm going to keep doing my shit. That's why he did it again. He just don't give a fuck about what people think about him because he knows I'm gonna get the money regardless. So what, you don't give me super max, but I still get a max. That's why.
That's why what?
I think that's why he doesn't care to repeat the same dumb step again. And that's why the friends around him, he's telling them, yeah, we gonna be good. It don't matter. So what? They'll find me a little something.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, he's an idiot. There's no question whether he's a stupid person. But like, but what I'm saying is why a dumb guy like that has that disconnect happens. It's like, yeah, maybe he never thought he'd hit 50, but he needs to hit 100. But another thing you got to understand about how players operate and how they identify themselves, it's by the contract. It's not by dropping 30. Are you a max player or not? There's the white boy max, which is the 4-year deal, right? No black dude that's a superstar wants the white boy max. They want that 5-year, give me it all. The Kevin Love deal, they don't want, right? Why the fuck does Cristiano Ronaldo go to Saudi Arabia? That's the only people who wanted him. That's the only people who are willing to pay him. Everybody else was like, oh yeah, you could come on a discount.
Yeah, it's there. The price point. Want it for the price.
Exactly. So if they cut his salary, if they're like, sorry, you're not worth it, it's only 10 million, and you become this $10 million player, oof, that's gonna hurt.
You know his style of play, there's no way he's gonna become the $10 million player.
Yes.
Every team is going to be willing to give him the max regardless of all this little gun shit. So that's why I think, this is just my opinion, I think he's like, I don't care. Like, you're like assuming that every player cares about that supermax. What if he don't?
All right, so maybe he doesn't. Maybe he does.
I mean, if he cared,
I decided
he
him on this
wouldn't do it
because
again.
I think you're underestimating your ego being on the line.
Yeah.
Cristiano Ronaldo went to Saudi Arabia because that contracts I can point to and say I'm the best in the world still.
Yes.
Mentally, every NBA player got an ego. Every person that's successful on some level has it. You got ego, we got egos. They got fucking massive egos. They're the best in the world at a sport that everybody plays. Every human being we know has dribbled a basketball and shot it. Ja Morant is one of the 5 best in the universe at that right now.
Amen.
And he got a fucking ego to get there. So he's gonna define himself. If he gets 100 million instead of 200 million, and he sees somebody he thinks is like shittier than him getting 200 million, that is gonna fucking destroy him on an ego level.
Yeah. And I agree with you that he doesn't think he could lose anything.
That's what I'm saying.
But what I'm saying, that comes from a place where behavior and money are not connected. If you go on stage, or if I go on stage and I keep sucking, what happens to our deals?
It's up in smoke.
Exactly. So we actually have an incentive to deliver a great fucking show every single time because the price continues to go up.
Yeah.
With him, it's locked in, and you just completely become desensitized to it.
And you don't think.
To your point, you know how players play the best in contract years?
Yeah.
We're always in a contract year because I'm coming back to this club in 1 year.
Yes. Yeah.
So if I don't
Contract year.
come through,
Lose 15 pounds, drop an extra 5 points, rebounding, defending. First year of the new contract, gain 15 pounds. 3 less rebounds
but
a
if you
game.
knew every show for the next 5 years would be the same money,
I don't give a fuck.
the next
100%.
5
Right
years.
now, I don't give a fuck.
Human beings are literally motivated by security. That's all it is.
And that's what I'm saying. I think he's looking at his game and be like, yo, if I don't get it from my team, I'm going to get it from some team. Some team will offer him a super max because of the way he's balling the fuck out.
Sure. But you have to acknowledge that there is distance between actions and repercussions. He had a sit down with the NBA, and he is the NBA union.
Being young and dumb.
And they go, listen, we saw you doing this shit, pulling the fucking gun out, whatever like that. First of all, a lot of people have made a big deal about like what he did was illegal, pulling the gun out.
I don't care about that.
Well, there is something to speak on it, right? Because if he broke the law, that's illegal. Yeah. And then now there is recourse to remove funds from him. There's recourse to kick him off the team. They'll ban him from the league. I don't think he brandished it in a menacing way. That is the law. You're allowed to show your gun. I'm sure we're going to see a picture of fucking Jokic in wherever the hell he is from this summer with like a shotgun over his shoulder going to hunt deer, right? That's normal. That's okay.
Going to fight Russia.
There it is. Yeah. Step up.
We see
Do your
fucking
part.
politicians in their Christmas photos with all total fucking AKs and shit like
100%.
that. Yeah.
Now, this being said, if you're Ja, the deal is very reasonable from the NBA. It's very reasonable. You get $200 million to bounce a fucking basketball, try to get it into the hoop, and pretty much lose every season because you don't have a fucking chance, right? And you get $200 million. That's what it is. And just don't pretend to be in a gang on camera. You can pretend to be in a gang. Play dress up with your boys. Throw your fingers up in goofy ways. Tote the guns. Do all the goofy shit.
In the security of your own home with the cameras off. Don't go outside.
Hey, do it at the club with no cameras. Do it in your car with no cameras. This is why I'm saying the friends are fucking stupid. And he's stupid for engaging with them in it. The second the phone comes outside, I've had friends that are in positions where when I was coming up, they could lose something by being associated with me. And we kept those relationships private. I knew I was saying some wild shit, and I knew them being around me in their corporate positions could hurt their job opportunities. Yeah. And these are best friends, like closest friends in the world. And I'm on a podcast every single fucking week talking about my friends. We've told stories about them on this podcast, and these people have no clue who they are because I'm protecting them from what I know I could do. And this is jokes. Yeah. Imagine real life shit. Idiots.
Yeah.
To me, it shows you don't care about your friend. You care more about your fucking Instagram live than you do about your friend. You care more about yourself. That's why you clout chasing, goblin, gold digging right now.
Yeah, you're not wrong about the intention. I think though that still lets him off the hook a bit. Where it's like, yo, he might want clout off of you, but you see you're on IG Live.
Oh, he's also an idiot.
You've done this exact thing.
Yeah. No, I'm not. He's number one idiot.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, what's the hierarchy of videos?
Yeah, he's the dumbest person that you can be in the NBA.
I guess.
Young, dumb, and immature.
No, I'm tired of this young, dumb shit because they got 19-year-old Ukrainians out there that are getting fucking shot up in Russia, right?
Yeah, but they're toting their guns, though. that's
so
their
go
job.
to Russia! Ja Morant, go to Ukraine!
That guy.
You know what I'm saying? If you want to pull out the strap, there are places you could do it legally and be rewarded.
They can play ball, too, probably. They would
there
love
was,
you.
There was a dude, he was a Crip, I think he's Brick Boy or some shit like that. He was rolling 60, and he was like, yo, if you want to be about that life, come be with us for a weekend.
Yes.
You want to tote your little guns?
Yeah.
Come spend a weekend with us.
I'm definitely not saying what he's doing isn't dumb.
Yeah. And he was like,
That's
do a
cool.
ride-along.
Yeah.
It's
like a study abroad. Yeah. Is that open? Can I do that?
You know how much fun it is to go like that? Like, that seems fun.
Yeah.
Like, I imagine you dunk on someone and you just want to throw something up with your fingers. It's great.
You saw the cop that did it?
What'd he do?
There was a cop in New York that
but he was
like,
making fun of the gangbangers.
I don't know. Apparently, people were like, "Oh, he held it up so good. Like he's got to be affiliated."
He might have.
But he like popped that shit out. I was like, "Yo, this is crazy." But he's like in full uniform, just like repping.
Boom. There it is. I guess what I'm saying is like, we acknowledge that the behavior is stupid, but this is a 23-year-old man. Okay, 23-year-old man. Stop calling him a kid. Honestly, that's more racist, to be honest.
Why? How is this about race?
Because you're just making it. You're be like, oh, he's just 23-year-old. He don't know how to make decisions.
No.
Would you hold the same thing?
If Luka got caught with a gun, would you be like, he's 23, he's breaking the law, but he's young, he's 23. That's his point. I don't think that's fully wrong.
I am not. I'm saying
you gotta have
he
higher
needs
expectations
to have
for black
accountability.
People. You gotta have higher expectations for black people
because I don't like that.
No, but one
Stop
thing
making
that
it
is
racial.
bothering me is
there is a racial component here.
Yeah.
If it was a white dude with a fucking gun, he was out in Montana hiking, hunting or whatever like that, nobody's making a big deal of it. The fact that he is showing the gun off in this
it's the way that he's doing it.
Way,
but here's the
the most cliche, corny way to do it.
I think the context is also important because he got priors in the court of public opinion. He apparently allegedly beat up a 17-year-old, pulled a gun on him at a pickup basketball game at his own fucking house. Apparently, him and his boys train lasers at the Pacers team bus. These are all allegations. They're not for sure, but you hear this. Yeah. Then you see him at the strip club pull out the gun. Then you see him another time with a gun, and you're like, yo, what the fuck? Take race out of it. If Bo Jackson has a shotgun, I'm like, this motherfucker going hunting. His black ass is going hunting. That's a hunting ass black man right there.
He's made some money. Now he's hunting.
So this thing
You're
where
100% right.
I think there's this thing where we don't want to look like sellouts. We don't want to look like whatever. And I get that, but a lot of black people are letting him off the hook, and it's like, bruh, come on.
Nobody's letting him off the hook.
No, there's a redirect.
You saying he's a child? Like he's not a child?
No. I'm saying that.
Been in the public eye since he's 16
what
years
he's
old,
doing is dumb, but also I can relate to the fact that he's 23 years old, and all the fucking kids around his same age, especially if he's a big fan of these rappers, and they're doing the same thing in their video.
Under 25?
Wait. So just like us back in the day, think about 15 years ago when AI was doing all the stupid shit out in the streets. We heard a bunch of stories, but there was no social media back then.
Tour announcement coming to Salt Lake Memorial Day weekend. Just adding that last minute, so look out for that. Tickets at theandrewschultz.com. Thank you guys so much for selling out the shows in Gary, Indiana, and Temecula. We added another one in Reno. Still a few tickets up for that one, and then of course Calgary. So make sure you go get that. Theandrewschultz.com. We're adding a bunch more dates. It's great to be back on the road, man. I'm so excited about it. So thank you guys so much for coming out to those shows in Phoenix. That was crazy, and I hope to see you all out there soon. Peace.
Ja Morant is being dumb.
Yeah.
But, like, I think you're saying, oh, he's the dumbest motherfucker in the world, and I think you're being a bit harsh on a 23-year-old who is just emulating some of the fucking rappers that he looks up to.
If we're gonna, and I understand you're saying it, but you're saying he's young, and the but is what people are always going to focus on. So okay, fine. I can live in a world where young people are allowed to do dumb shit, then you don't get to make $200 million. If you're under 26 years old, you don't get $200 million. Because you keep fucking up because you're young and dumb, so you're going to keep fucking up. If we pay him $20 million, $5 million, whatever, well, you're young and dumb, so you get let off the hook. Cool. But you only get $5 million. You don't get $200 million and then skate on repercussions. You don't get paid grown-ass man money more than most people will ever see in their entire lifetime through their lineage. And then be like, well, yeah, but you're 23.
But he's still going to work and doing his job.
Work at McDonald's.
But he's still going.
No. If you want to act like that, work at McDonald's. Because nobody cares.
He's still going to work and doing his job. He's going on the court and fucking balling out of control. Wait. Yes.
It's not his job.
So now.
It's part of his job.
Outside of the job.
No, that's not. No. That's part of the job. You sign an agreement to not engage in behavior that is detrimental to the league or your team. He got slapped on the wrist for it. He can also not go skiing. If he goes skiing, he could injure himself in a way that could be detrimental to the team. So when you sign on the dotted line for the $200 million, it's also don't be out there with the guns, waving them, be in a strip club, getting caught with them. That is part of the contract. The reason I'm calling him dumb is because he was given the opportunity to rectify the situation, and he went right back to doing the same exact thing.
Yes, and I agree. Like, that's what I'm saying. We're not disagreeing. I'm not saying he's not dumb. I'm just saying I think the way people are coming down on him, like, how could you, and we are going to act like we weren't in our early 20s and doing some dumb shit. We all did dumb shit, but yes, we expect more of him at the level and everything that's on the line. We expect more of him, but at the same time, he's still a fucking 21-year-old.
This was going to happen. First of all, like, the gun shit is really tricky, obviously, because he has a legal right to own a firearm. The reason why they didn't prosecute him with the strip club shit, I think, is because Denver was just like, So now we have to prosecute every single person that drops their gun in the strip club that's legally owned. This is America. And I don't know if you can write laws to remove people's constitutional rights as part of their job.
Weirdly, I think that one he actually said that wasn't his gun.
Yeah, he did.
Or,
He said it wasn't.
maybe it wasn't. But I think from my understanding, what the police said is like, we can't prosecute every single one of these circumstances because he was holding it, at least in a club, which would be legal if you have a license to carry a gun. And I believe in Colorado, you can have a license to carry a gun. It seems like a big nature state. You would have fucking a reason why you would need a gun or own it. So I think that what he did wasn't illegal. The issue here is he made an agreement. He's like, okay, I see what I did was wrong, and I'm not gonna do it anymore. And as part of the $200 million I get, this is one of those little things I just don't get to do. My friends get to do it. I wish I could do it. You know what else I wish I could do? Cocaine, because that shit looks really fun, but I can't because they drug test me. You know what I mean? Like, there's all these different things you wish you could do, but you can't, and you get $200 million for it.
Yeah.
If you want to do them things, work at McDonald's, because McDonald's don't care. McDonald's has no anti-gun policy. McDonald's has no anti-cocaine policy. Like, there are so many different ways you could live that life.
I think it's required. I think cocaine
You
is
have
actually.
to do
I think
it.
it's a part of it.
Probably.
Yeah. What is the max though at McDonald's? That's tough.
But here's
assistant manager.
Oh, literally the max. Let's go.
Here's the unfortunate thing. In order for him to be forgiven for this, because he will be forgiven, it's not really that big a deal in my opinion. I defend him more with the gun because guns are legal and it's a constitutional right. It's more the disrespect of the agreement that he had with the team after the first punishment. So what they're gonna have to do now, and this sucks, they're gonna humiliate him. They're gonna make him take all of his guns to a gun buyback place, and he's gonna have to publicly say guns are stupid.
Melt it down.
Yeah, they're literally gonna go, bad boy, and spank him. Yeah. They're gonna spank him fucking publicly. And it's like, do you want that, bro?
No, absolutely not. And that sucks.
And this is what I also
it's
think.
disappointing.
And that's gonna make him rebel more, because he's like, oh, they're just making an example out of me. Fuck that. All my friends think I'm pussy. All the rappers I look up to think I'm pussy. So now I gotta make them feel like I'm not pussy, and I'm gonna go do some crazier shit, and this is gonna keep on fucking happening.
Two things. One you touched on earlier, which is what I think you're forgetting. There was a lot of buildup to this. He got in trouble once. We didn't come down on him on this podcast. We didn't insult him, shout him down for 15 minutes. Multiple times you've done. Son, you beating up 17-year-olds over a pickup game.
That story's hilarious too.
Bro, that's
do you know that?
insanity.
No, what?
He was like doing a pickup game at his place, like at his mansion, and like people came over, and he got into an argument with one of the guys that came over.
He was 17 years old.
17 years old.
Beat his ass, pulled a gun on him.
He goes inside, gets his gun, allegedly, puts it in his waistband, then comes back outside, and then keeps arguing with him, and then lifts up the waistband to show him the gun.
So you don't think this is the dumbest guy ever?
Which is hilarious. He's like,
you don't think he's
it's so
one
funny
of the
that he's like,
stupidest
I gotta
people
go get my
ever?
gun really quick, and then goes upstairs. He's like, okay, where's it?
That's what I'm saying.
Types
We're
in the
not,
code.
we're not coming down on him for no reason. There's not the first time. He didn't pull a gun out once, and he's the model citizen. He been dumb as
Bro,
fuck.
I bet you he flashed his waistband and was like, oh, fuck, I don't have my gun. And then ran upstairs and got it, and then he's like, now look, this is what I meant to do.
And I think the only hope you
That
have
motherfucker
is you got to
shit
trade
you.
this guy. I think the only hope I was talking to Derek Poston about this. Shouts to Derek, but weeks ago when we were in Denver together, and I was like, yo, what happens? Because Memphis, from what I understand, they don't fuck around. It can swallow you up. It got Young Dolph. And I was like, how does he get out of this? And he was like, he doesn't. You got to trade him to Sacramento or fucking
Orlando, let's go.
Orlando.
Send him to Orlando,
Put him in
baby.
Disney World at a
Bring
Disney
all
resort.
that gun energy over here.
Yeah,
Let's
no,
go.
send him to Orlando, man.
If he was a Knick right now,
I'm not gonna lie,
I
if
would
he's a
be-
Knick, he didn't do nothing
There
wrong.
we go.
He didn't do nothing wrong.
Yeah.
He's 23.
He's a kid. He's a child.
He's a kid.
We're all
He's a
immature.
kid.
We're all
But you the
immature.
ops. You don't think you're the ops right now. So get your life together, dumbass.
Bro,
You also forget New York will send Plaxico Burress to jail for having a gun. They don't give a fuck.
We don't give a fuck. He'd be in jail already if he was in New York.
New York, that motherfucker be in jail.
we getting rid of a few players. You don't
Yeah.
think I'm trying to get his ass over here?
Hey, bro.
Hey, come
Hey,
on,
bro.
son. Yo, New York, we love you.
New Yorkers, listen, New York,
Yes.
New York Knicks, we love you, and by you we mean Jalen Brunson, okay, and maybe Josh Hart.
Yes. Okay.
The rest of y'all could go.
Duh, fucking.
The rest of y'all could go. Anybody saying anything about JB taking that, making that last turnover? Everybody else in the team was like 3 for 50.
Yeah.
He's the only person to score.
so mad.
Who the fuck he gonna pass the ball to?
Doing it himself. The
He's
whole
supposed to.
fucking playoffs.
And did you see the effort Randall made to even get that pass? He let a two guard. Randall's what, 6'9"?
He's 6'10", 6'11", something like that.
Yeah, maybe not that. Do you think he's that tall?
He's a
Julius
tall
Randle?
motherfucker, bro.
Anyway.
I seen him. He tall as fuck.
Fair enough, but he let some fucking
on him.
two guard stop him when he was coming through the lane. run through that motherfucker, grab that pass, and redeem yourself for your. They want it more. They do want. They wanted more than you on that last play.
The moment he said that, the season.
He's 6'8". Yeah.
The moment he said that, I knew he was gonna lose. Come on, you don't say that shit. Even if you feel it, you don't say that shit.
Yo, we gotta find other ways to be gangster besides the gun shit. Yo, you know what's interesting also about like showing the gun? Guns aren't expensive. You know what I mean?
Oh,
like,
it's not a rich flex. It's
but
a I'm tough flex.
The flex is, I ain't gonna do what these motherfuckers tell me.
Oh, interesting.
That's the flex. The flex is the rebellion.
Yes.
No, what I'm saying, he's saying
Yeah.
it's a tough flex. No, it's rebellion against the league and against his team. So if it's rebellion against the league and the team got every right to be like, all right.
Do you think it's also compensation for how people perceive he grew up? Like, I think
he might be overcompensating because people think he's a suburb kid.
Yeah, like people. There's that family photo of him in like the polo shirt with his mom and dad.
Can I also say this? I didn't hear that coming out until the first gun charge.
Yeah, he
I didn't
started
see that photo.
acting crazy, and then people were like, "That ain't you."
Yeah, yeah.
There's a few gangsters in the league, and it's well documented, and some of them are maybe out now, but they were still involved in the life.
Yep.
Yeah.
They was throwing up signs during the game.
Son, and
like,
the real ones,
like, y'all gotta
the
act
real
like this
ones?
shit ain't.
No. The real ones,
Come on, dude.
never threw it up in a game.
No, something.
No, the real ones that were doing work still, that were involved in it, you would never know. You would have no clue. Even the way they played, you're like, there's too much fundamentals for you to be gangster. There's way too many fundamentals.
How are you getting initiated? Like your handles are insane. Like how is that possible?
But I'm saying those guys, the ones who are throwing it up, grew up in the neighborhood. But they weren't doing work. And that's why they throw it up, because they're not worried that anybody could come back to them.
And he
on some
might even
shit.
had an agreement where it's like, look, you could throw our shit up. You just be safe. We're not fucking up. You're not fucking up.
No, the Crip,
you go be
the
safe.
Crip dude told him what it was.
Yeah.
He's like, yo, you want to throw it up? You're going to have to pay the Crips.
You got a
There's a
licensing.
price.
There's a licensing fee.
There's a licensing fee.
Yeah, like we gotta get paid. We got royalties, bro. We gotta protect the brand.
Yo, that's though, they made it a hot song. Like they made it a hot song. So yeah, you gotta pay for that. You don't get all the cool clout by throwing it up without paying for the dudes who put in the work to make it that way.
Yeah.
You should have to pay
That's
the
the
Crips.
blue check. That's a fair trade.
100%.
$10 a month.
He was like, Draymond will throw it up, but Draymond comes back, gives fucking backpacks and lunch to the community. He gives back, fine, throw it up. That's what he's also like, Ja, you don't do nothing for any of us.
What's Draymond throwing up?
He said Draymond will throw up the Crip shit.
Really?
That's what that dude said.
Where's
in his-
Draymond from?
his soundbite. I don't know where he's from. Michigan, I think.
I know he went to
Michigan
school
State.
there, but yeah. Wow, I didn't know
We should
that.
look at some offers, kind of see what people are, how much it costs.
Oh,
For us to throw up?
For us to throw it up.
Just to see, you know what I mean? How much a month? How much
I
could
think
it be?
we're bad for the brand.
You think so?
If I was throwing up Crip, I think they'd be like, I don't really care how much
Like,
you
hey,
give back.
you guys say a lot of
It's
offensive.
a bad look for us to have you.
A lot of offensive
throwing up
jokes. You guys say a lot of crazy stuff. You know, we don't want to be associated with that. You know, we kill people. We don't insult races.
The
you know?
Crips are gonna become your club promoters and be like, I want 20% of the door.
How big's the club?
protection
How
right
big's the club? Let's talk.
Yeah, that's the funny thing. Yeah, you need to give us 10% for protection. And you're like, protection from who?
Yep.
Us.
The calls come from inside the house, baby. Let's go. But yeah, I feel like I just feel like I knew kids like that. Like I knew this one dude that his parents are African and like he lived in Orlando, kind of like a rough neighborhood, and didn't feel black enough for the kids he was around, but didn't feel white enough against near the white
He
kids.
leaned in.
You had a black friend?
Yeah, it was my one. It was my one.
But he wasn't black enough for the black friends.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
he was African. You know what I mean? He's from Liberia. But he like kind of got into rap, started hanging out with the kids, started doing lean, got face tattoos, and kind of went off the rails. And I was like, oh, you're overcompensating for how that group perceived you. And you could have kind of gone one of either way. And so I had compassion for him because I'm like, yeah, you're rebelling against the way you grew up in the
You're
opposite.
just trying to fit in at the end of the day.
Yes.
Yeah, and so I'm like, is Ja doing something like that where he's growing up in a very like, I don't know what his upbringing was like, but if it is like, people are perceiving him as pussy, and he's like, no, I'll show you. I'm gonna prove to all the people around me, and the
but
money's
you
irrelevant.
know what's weird?
He's
It's
doing
like,
fun shit with his friends, and he got a lot of money to do it.
but I never perceived
don't think those are tied
him.
together.
I never perceived him as pussy.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Like, and it's not because he did the gangster shit. To be honest with you, it's because of the way he plays the game.
Thank you.
Yeah. That was a lot.
Yeah, because I was. That's exactly what I'm saying.
Tiger Woods,
Nobody's
bro.
Birdie, a whole
Nobody. Yeah.
That was crazy.
That was a great point. Nobody thought he was pussy because if you just watch basketball, that motherfucker is not. He's the anti-Steph Curry. He's not sitting out there shooting threes. He's driving to the rim on giants, taking hard fall. Nobody ever thought he was pussy. So this idea, I don't even believe, because if you watch basketball since he was in college, You were like, yo,
Bro.
this guy plays the game in a way that's
Jimmy
so fucking
Butler,
bold.
perfect example.
Yes.
Listening to country music, drinking fucking wine, zero gangster shit
Charging people
associated.
for coffee in the bubble.
Making espressos in the bubble, right? Does anybody question how tough that motherfucker is?
Nope.
Nah.
You are not trying it. He will beat your ass to some Luke Combs music.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, baby, lock them doors. You better, you better lock them
what is
doors.
it? Better lock them doors and
turn the lights down low. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's the thing. It's like I think that
That's a
fucking
banger, bro.
I think Ja had all the credibility.
Yeah, we loved. That's why I don't buy this, because everybody loved him for how he played the game, and nobody thought he was soft.
The fans. I don't know what he's dealing with. I don't know who the people he's around. The guys in Memphis that are like, oh, you grew up in the suburbs. You have both your parents. And he's
Hey,
like,
why do you need to hang out with people from Memphis, dude?
Bro,
insecurity,
he's
bro.
hanging out with his friends, bro.
I don't know.
Who are his friends? His
I don't know
friends
who
from the
his friends are.
suburbs? They don't think he's tough enough?
No, but the kids that are on that live are his friends. Like, they're just having fun,
Bruh.
playing music, jumping around on top of the car. Like, they're just having fun. It's stupid fun. It's dumb. It's fun that's gonna get him in trouble, but they're just having fun. And I'm like, you guys just have this huge
let me ask y'all a
disconnect because you
question.
expect him to have.
We're all friends here. We're
Yeah.
all friends here. How often do you guys start going on Instagram Live, not tell me, let me behave in whatever way I want, and then put the camera on me? How often has that happened in the entirety of our relationship?
Yeah, it's pretty rare.
Never, but
Wait a minute. Never, right? Now, you can make the argument we're older, et cetera. That's fair. But my point is, the reason I think you guys don't do that is because you're like, God forbid Schultz says some wild shit and he doesn't know he's on live, and then people record it, and then now the guy gets canceled. You're looking out for my well-being.
Yes.
You're going, in that moment, you're like, yeah, it might be fun if we had a cool live and all this other stuff, but it's not worth sacrificing everything that he's got going on for this
Especially
mistake.
with him getting in trouble before.
The difference-
I can see you doing
Protecting
it
me.
once and being like, oh, fuck.
The difference though
never
is I
again.
go, hey, I'm gonna go on live. You wanna go on live with me? And you go, yeah, I would love to go on live with you. And then I make a joke, and then you pull out a gun. And I go, bro, why'd you?
You're assuming that he was like, hey, we're about to go on live.
Well, in my opinion, I think he knew he was on live.
He's
Because he's
looking
done it
at
on
it.
live before, on his own.
If you watch the video, his boy holds up gun hands, and he goes, oh, I have one of those.
Yeah, that's true.
Like,
And he
That's
goes,
a very
oh,
good point.
the gun hand.
His boy's doing the gun hand.
Oh.
Well, you got your
And
clout.
then when the gun
You got
comes
your
out,
clout.
his boy does immediately be like, yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
And
But again,
yeah.
that's Ja being a fucking idiot.
His boy hides
yes,
the camera.
nobody's
You
disagreeing
know who
there.
else is to blame for this? NBA YoungBoy.
Why is that?
That's who he was listening to.
Yep, he put out a banger of an album.
He put out he was floating the Grizzlies for the whole season. It's a parade inside my city, yeah. And then he drops another album that's amazing, and then that's what they were listening to.
Yo, you know what?
He's got to take some accountability.
Son,
He should have made cute music.
I was at this wedding for some friends, beautiful wedding in New Orleans. No, it wasn't in New Orleans, but everybody there was from New Orleans.
They were strapped up?
No, well, I mean, I don't even know what the gun laws are, but that's not the point I'm trying to make. The point I'm trying to make is that the Boosie song came on, Wipe It Down.
Wipe Me Down?
Wipe Me
Gas
Down.
tank on E, wipe me down.
Wipe It Down. Yeah.
That one goes crazy, bro.
Everybody at this wedding was white. Everybody was at this wedding. There might have been like a Greek person or something. That was like the darkest. What you just saw right there, they put on Wipe It Down, and I like kind of heard the song before, but I'm not exactly sure about the song, right? And the song comes on, and there are 100 white people, and like New Orleans white.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like not poor New Orleans, like
Okay.
rich New Orleans white.
Okay.
100 white people, word for word,
Yeah.
rap, wipe it down, doing the whole thing where they're
Yeah.
wiping down their sneaker.
Yeah.
Bro,
Right.
it's just an amazing thing. Like, I know how famous Boosie is, but because I'm from New York, I'm peripherally aware of the music. But in his area,
Oh, yeah.
that shit.
Yeah.
Bro, you remember this guy? At Mardi Gras,
let me see.
is in New Orleans, and he like went crazy viral for this, just knowing the words to like a Kevin Gates song, I think.
You don't even really seem to know the words.
Yeah, but that was a horrible example.
Yeah,
of what
that
we were
was-
just
that
talking
Maybe
was
there
a
was a
hard-
lag or
Also,
something.
Miles got so excited at the example.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
saw him.
That's a great
That's the
example.
exact example.
It just didn't play well. It just didn't lag.
It's the video's fault, yeah. It's definitely that. There was just one word he said. He didn't
it
rap
was-
bar for bar.
Yeah.
He literally said one line.
Yeah, I know. And it went insanely viral because
I don't even
a
think I
white,
heard the song.
I never
know
saw
line.
that.
a white
Did
guy
you
knew
see that?
one word.
No,
and
no.
it went dumb
I
viral.
just don't see how that relates to the whole Ja thing. I think
No,
you got
no.
excited that a white guy knew rap.
Yeah.
Yeah, because wipe it down. All the white people know this shit in New Orleans. This approach exactly
It's all
the
good,
same.
man. They ain't all gonna go in. You know what I mean? Hey, listen, they ain't all gonna go in.
Fit's fire, though.
Fit is fire.
Gas tank
So,
on,
that's
wipe
it.
it down. Come on,
Got
baby.
that shit. Okay?
Yo, you know another thing you gotta think about with Ja, this young shit, he got a kid, bro. You don't get to be young. It's over. You can't lose everything and then tell your daughter, man, I was young. You can do. Sorry, I lost the 200 million.
That's what the kids should
I was
say.
youthful.
The kid's like, I was young.
When
I
you
was
got
as
a
young
kid,
as you can
no
be.
more, I'm young. When
You got a kid already?
Yeah, he got a daughter. That's why, because the Parade in My City thing, there was an interview with him where he had her say it's a parade in my city. That's how I remembered it, post-game interview.
I know sometimes, I don't know if you guys say this
Oh,
jokingly or whatnot, but you said, what's your number for like fuck you money or whatever the
That's
case
not
is?
a joke at all.
Oh, okay. So it's like,
Wait, let me get that number.
I think, I'm not saying he hit his number, but imagine if you were his age and you have money coming like that. It's like, fuck y'all, nigga.
Yeah.
Like, he's already
That's
had
valid
fucking
enough.
money.
Honestly, Al, that was the first thought that I had. I agree with you 100%. I was like, I think that he reached a number where he's like, I'm okay now. And maybe his accountant even said that to him. And then I was speaking to some folks in the league, and they were like, there's a weird thing that happens with money where you start to disassociate yourself from it. And everybody's making this big deal about that 200 because we all go, wow, what we could do with that. But I do agree, once you reach a certain level, he probably has an accountant that sat him down and said, listen, you're getting this much from Nike. You've already made this much from the Grizzlies. You don't have to work again anymore. We're going to look after this money. I'm going to give you a, what is it called? Like
Stipend or whatever?
a stipend, there's another word for an allowance or whatever like that. Yeah, I'm gonna give you your allowance, but we should be good and your family should be good. We're gonna manage this money right for you. And then once you feel that, like, am I not gonna take my gun out? I see what you're saying. I get it. I just, it sucks that now I feel a little bit bad because he got a kid because like, yeah, you don't wanna.
Coming down so hard, and he's so dumb for doing it. I feel bad for him because I'm like, come on, bro.
Yeah.
Like, do better. And I expect more, but at the same time, it's like,
I don't feel bad because we let it slide so many times. And now it's like, all right, bro, you didn't learn at all.
And it's okay to come down on him for listen, it's not like we're saying, we've also been on this podcast, we've spoken privately about what an unbelievably gifted basketball player this
He's
kid
one of my
is.
favorite players to watch.
And he could be the face of the league. And I think that was what Akash was kind of saying before. It's just like, it's not just the money, it's like everything is yours. Like, it's Simba.
As a fan, I'm disappointed.
The NBA is just going, here you go. Just don't bring your gun out on camera. Off camera, do whatever you want.
Yeah.
But on camera, please, don't bring your gun out. The league is yours. He had the culture behind him.
Yes.
Musicians behind him. Little white kids want to do the fucking gritty just like him.
Yeah.
Like, he was his. And he got spanked. He got in another thing of trouble. All the shit that's happened behind the scenes that the team knows about, which is probably 10 to 20 times more little infractions than the public knows about. And then he just keeps doing it, bro.
And then look, he's looking at, he's like, look at all these old head on TV telling me, fuck this, you're being so stupid. But all my young people around me, all the rappers, everybody.
Keep it real.
Like, come on, son.
Nah, bro.
Come on.
We'll see what happens.
I hope he turns it around. I hope he listens to the people
Me
around
too.
him that want the best for him.
And he's not gonna do it with us saying, you're just being a dumbass. Like, that is, but at the same time, like, we have a podcast, we have to.
I feel you.
We have our jobs. We have to do our jobs well.
Exactly.
That means we have to call strangers that could beat us up dumb.
You're acting.
That's what we do.
Yeah, you was talking kind of crazy before about
what did I
it,
say?
son. You
What did I
was talking
say?
crazy, son. He gonna
talking
go
about
back
his
in the house,
kid.
go get the strap on you, bro.
Oh yeah.
Anyway, listen, talking about someone else who refuses to listen to the criticism about him, your boy Donald Trump, literally just, I think it's not even dug the grave of DeSantis. He's finished putting the last bit of dirt. You know when you already have the body there?
Yeah.
And there's that last lump of dirt, and the dirt is now higher than the grass because a body's in there?
Seedlings are starting to sprout and shit like
That's,
the grass.
DeSantis is 6 feet under the ground, still crying about Disney characters. We don't give a fuck. He really think we care about Disney being gay.
Yeah.
We don't care,
Yeah, who cares, dude?
Talk some shit about women being ugly. Tell me which women you don't fuck. That's how I like you. That's how you'll be my president. Tell a woman to her face, you not getting this dick.
Man.
That's it. That's how you become president, bro. DeSantis is dead. It's not even close. And I don't think there's anybody, what is it, the fucking Healy or whatever the girl is?
Who?
Nikki Haley?
Oh, Nikki Haley. Oh, yeah.
You're not even in a
She's
fucking
whack.
ballpark.
Whack.
Forget it.
Whack.
This dude does
Nikita.
whatever the fuck he wants, and the Democrats better hope that they come up with some fucking idea. Literally, the only chance I think that the Republican Party has is if he goes to prison. It's not even if he's convicted. He got convicted of sexually assaulting that girl, came right on TV like she was 60. He said this, he goes, I fucked her in a closet. I own the Plaza Hotel next door.
Yeah.
I could have smashed it in a room.
He almost was like, she raped me.
Son.
Yeah, he was like, she brought me in the room. She pushed me up against the dressing room.
Son.
Why would she do this? What kind of woman?
He said a little bar I loved. He was like, we went into this closet, which are all locked. She forgot that, but I guess this one wasn't locked. Like, he was bringing out these like little bits of information to prove that it was absolute bullshit. And then he starts talking about her pets. She has a cat named Vagina. I don't know what you want to do with that, but a cat named Vagina?
What kind of woman is this?
Yeah, what kind of woman is
cat
this?
named Vagina.
To fuck a man in a closet with a cat named Vagina?
I just met this woman.
Yeah.
Bro, I was dying laughing.
Bro, my point is, how is DeSantis going to compete with that? The poor guy who's probably way more qualified in many political ways, et cetera, and by all means a smart dude, he's a veteran, he's going to be a shell of himself the second he's across from Trump and Trump just starts fucking landing haymakers.
He needs a
on him.
writer.
But even
what
the
is going
writer
on
shit.
with him? Like, he's even losing Florida.
You know what it is? You know what I really think
Right.
this is the Hillary thing too. Did you ever see Hillary with the Breakfast Club?
Yeah.
No.
Hillary,
God, dear God.
No.
actually good.
It was the most human she's ever looked. They asked her about the hot sauce in the bag thing. And Charlamagne, I think, goes, like, when you said you had hot sauce in your bag, like, were you just pandering to black people? And then she just goes, I mean, did it work? Like, she had this moment, like a big dick moment.
Where she forgot she was a politician for a second.
And to the credit of Charlamagne and the Breakfast Club, they were able to pull that out of her. Yeah. But what happens to a lot of these political figures is they get involved, they're like locked into these typical structures, right? Where every single word and every single sentence that they say is like, not called field tested, but something tested.
Curated maybe even?
No, it's like
focus groups?
Focus groups,
Okay,
focus group, yeah. It's focus group. And they're so paranoid to veer off of that, they lose all their authenticity. And then we usually can't see that when both of them are doing it. But when you have one that is not doing it, and then one that is, it is
night and day, yeah.
Oh my God, night and day. And it's like, I think DeSantis is literally locked in that Hillary mode where it's like, oh, it's mine. The Republican nomination is mine. I could fuck it up.
You think he's had it for too long and that's how it got in his head?
He's playing, what is it in football? Prevent defense?
Prevent defense, yeah.
He's playing prevent defense, and that's going to prevent his ass from getting that nomination.
Because he hadn't even officially announced that, I don't think, that he's running.
Bro, apparently they had all of his advisors come meet him up over this past weekend where they have to like re-strategize what they're going to do. Yeah. I think he thought it was going to be it was a layup. And I think we did too. We were like, ain't no way Trump could come back from this.
Yeah, I didn't think
when he wants attention, he gets attention, bro. It's unbelievable. It's unfucking believable.
Also, the stuff they're prosecuting him for is like, this woman is saying, and if it really happened and she got $5 million and she's happy, God bless. But she's like, he grabbed me by my vagina. He said he does this on tape.
Wait, was that
I
the
grab
grab the
women
pussy?
by their pussy?
Was that the grab
Well, he
the
didn't
pussy?
say it about her, but that's what. When you're famous, you just grab women by the pussy.
But that's how it's been for the last million years.
Yeah. But here's this girl being like, you grabbed me by the
Fortunately or unfortunately.
Yeah.
Bro, that line.
No, unfortunately or fortunately. Ending with fortunately is even funnier.
Bro, it's so funny because it's like, sometimes it works. Do you know what I mean? Like, you don't know until you try it. Yeah. And he's basically saying, I've tried it.
He said
and
one.
This works.
He said one here where he's like, I said they let you. I didn't say do it. You don't do it, but they'll let you.
I took it as it's unfortunate for women, but it's fortunate for men. That's the way I took it. I was like,
no, I think he meant.
I was like, whoa.
No, I think he meant, unfortunately for the circumstances that don't work out, fortunately for the ones where the girl did want that. She wanted to fuck a star.
Like that. I took it like,
no, because
unfortunately for women, but fortunately for guys like me who are famous.
He's saying women want to fuck stars, and for the last million years, they've been wanting to do it. So you just grab their pussy and they'll let you do it. There might be a situation where they don't. That's unfortunate. But fortunately, it works out the way.
I took it as if you're rich, it's fortunately for you, and if you're poor, then unfortunately, no matter how nice of a guy you are, they won't let you do that.
I think that's similar to what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Just the situation where it didn't work out, they weren't rich enough. Yeah, or successful.
Life is good for rich people is what he's saying. Fortunately or
Yeah,
unfortunately.
he watched my joke.
Yeah, that's
And he remixed it, and it wasn't as good, but he did it. He tried. He did a good job. He did a good job.
Pretty good.
He didn't come close, bro. That joke was fantastic, bro. I almost, yo, you know who followed me? His son's wife,
Oh, yeah.
Kimberly Guilfoyle.
Yeah.
You know how Instagram tells you why someone followed you?
Oh, yeah.
She literally watched the Trump grab her by the pussy reel I posted, and then followed.
No.
It said, Kimberly Guilfoyle followed you after watching your reel.
And then you clicked it?
And it was like, grab the pussy joke.
That's so funny. So you
See,
think
women don't care, bro.
You think Trump saw it?
100%.
The day it dropped?
100%. He's like, get this kid. I need
You think
this
he
kid.
subscribed?
This guy's got good. This guy's got good
Got the
material.
pre-order and everything. Come on, son.
I happened to get a deal from Truth Social immediately after.
Yeah, it's a great network. You know, it's better than Twitter. That's for sure. You heard that one? He's like, now I tweet on Truth
He don't
Social.
even believe that shit, bro. He don't even believe.
You can tell when he gets shaky.
That
You
was
can
the
tell
only thing that he was inauthentic about. He's like, I got him, fucking.
Yeah.
But that's my issue. Like, if liberals want to take him down, you're not gonna get him with this. You could, if you could get him in jail with the Georgia vote shit, that's the only thing you should prosecute.
You're right.
Everything else, you're only making him stronger.
Nah, wait on it. It looks worse if he has a bunch of shit. Even if some of the other shit is just so small.
But what if-
Imagine has the Georgia shit, the New York shit, the rape shit. Like, if it's a lot of shit, he's like, God damn, this motherfucker's toxic. Instead of just one thing he has
I
to
don't know,
fuck.
man.
Bro,
Because to me,
what you're saying is rational.
Yeah.
But people aren't rational.
That's true.
And I think all it takes is one thing that he's specifically pushing back on that you identify with for you to reject him, right? And as long as he keeps fluffing or supporting his followers and saying the things that they want to hear, he should be good.
Yeah. I didn't like the, in the town hall, the January 6th rioter pardon.
Oh, when he was, he said, he was like, look at the tweets.
Yeah. Or
He's like, I didn't incite it.
Oh, no, that one was fire. When he got the receipts, he's like,
he busts
should
out the
I do it? I'll
receipts.
get the receipts. But they said, will you pardon the January 6th rioters? And he was like, when I get in, if I get in, many of them will be pardoned. And that was the main thing that I was like, come on, bro. Like,
Yeah, that was too far.
he was spitting all this funny shit and like fire, and then he's like, yeah, you got to pardon someone. I was like, come on, dude.
That was
You could grab a 6-year-old girl's pussy in a
That's hilarious,
Nordstrom's,
bro.
but you know what I'm saying? But you can't be out here pardoning the January
Yeah, fuck
6ers.
him. Who cares? Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. That's the one part I didn't like. That you can tell he's kind of still pandering to a lane. Like, it seemed like everything else, he was just being him, like authentic,
Yeah.
like with the money shit, with the Ukraine-Russia. Do you want Ukraine to win? And he's like, yo, fuck that question.
Honestly, people tried to make him out to be like this Putin dick sucker right there. That was the most politically neutral, rational answer to the Russia-Ukraine conflict. This is gonna be Afghanistan again. How many Russians need to die? How many Ukrainians need to die?
Yeah, I thought that was cool. It seemed like a very anti-war approach.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
that's cool.
I like, and people spun it immediately like, oh, this guy's a fucking puppet for Putin, et cetera. It's like, no, you have a situation where Russia's not gonna stop. They're gonna keep blowing people the fuck up. Just like we didn't stop in Afghanistan and Russians didn't stop in Syria, whatever this intervention is. How many people need to die? Can they come to an agreement?
Yeah.
Can they carve out some spaces and just fucking stop? That is what a leader should do in that situation.
She doubled down on that question, and he went back at it again and proved her. Like,
What's that?
That sound like some loser shit right there.
It's a proxy war, bro.
Bro, we chose a side, bro.
Yeah, we chose Canada against America.
I'm just saying.
You know what I mean? Like,
I know.
ain't no winning, bro.
I know,
How
but
much,
it don't matter.
but-
We
no,
chose
but-
a side.
How many
Like,
billion you want to send them, bro?
No,
How many
that's the
billion?
thing. Like, why don't you care about black
We
people?
just gotta keep printing that shit. Like, come on.
Take it out of
We
Al's
do
paycheck. Take
we
it
do
out of
it
Al's money,
already,
bro.
son.
Give me
You
that
either send money or Americans. Let's just send them the money. You know what I mean?
Neither.
No, I want
Send
all
this
our money.
fake money anyway. Like, come on, son. I don't give a
Biden's face on it. They're like, this seems weird. They're holding a $1 trillion bill. Like, how did they even make
Yo,
that?
but that is the wild thing, though, is that people are not rational. And people are gonna have that emotional reaction, which is, nah, it's us versus them. Let's continue to print ourselves into debt, devalue all your money you got saved. Just think, every time we give Ukraine money,
comedy podcast.
no.
Come on, son. Are you serious about that?
All your money you got saved is evaporating for them Ukrainians. I hope you like them, bro.
It's FTX, bro. You got your money in the fucking.
I hope you
It's
like them.
evaporating for a lot of reasons. It's not just the Ukrainians.
Thank you, Akash.
Yeah, we use
Yeah, of course. But that is a reason that we can remove ourselves from. We can't remove ourselves from paying everybody $1,200 in a stipend because it's, nobody's working during a pandemic. But there are certain things that we don't have to do. That being one of them. It seems to me the easiest thing to stop giving $1 trillion to Ukraine. That seems like the easiest thing to stop right now.
Yeah, I don't know how that works.
Because the end of this, if we not, because here's the thing, we're not ready to go buck. We're not ready to go out there and start fighting, right?
Yeah,
so this shit is just gonna last forever because they can't put enough pressure on Russia to stop. And you know what's happening? Your people are buying that Russian oil. Your people are fucking
I wish
it up.
we weren't doing that.
Dude, Texans are buying it?
Texans, India's buying Russian oil. China's buying Russian oil. Japan is even to start buying Russian oil. So the sanctions ain't fucking working. This shit is embarrassing, bro.
That's because we losing power, though.
Don't you think if
Yes. So what are we gonna do? We gonna keep losing money and power?
You might need to start.
So then,
you might need
what's
to
the
go
solution?
buck.
What's the solution?
Pull up then.
So if we pull up,
We either pull up or we pull out.
It's a parade inside my
Send
city.
Ja
here. Let's go.
Morant to Russia.
Let's go.
Let him deal with it.
Pull it out, yo. Pull it out.
even the way he held it.
That was actually smart. He's like, I didn't brand this shit. That wasn't menacing.
He's like,
dainty.
ooh,
It was
look
a
at
keychain.
this.
Yeah.
We should get rid of these.
all the proud rappers do that. They always like hold it just by the extendo, just like flick it around.
Yeah.
Once the Russians hear NBA YoungBoy, they know it's over.
It's a wrap.
That's what it is. Like they just need to blast that while we roll up.
So that's fine.
Right?
Nah, but we can't pull out. We really can't. We can't at this point. We are too invested.
Yes.
That's gonna look like a crazy L.
But what we can do,
Ukraine immediately is gonna be like, all right, you got it. Take whatever you want.
Ukraine will be
Like to Russia. If we stop funding this war, Ukraine is gonna have to be like,
Can I tell
all
you-
right,
can I
Russia,
tell you what's gonna happen?
You're now our daddy.
in 10 years from now. This is what's going to happen. Or 10 or 12 years when this thing is finally done. Russia's going to have the exact amount of land that they have right now. They're going to have the exact positions. Ukraine's going to keep the exact ones. And it was 10 years and trillions of dollars and hundreds of thousands of people dead for no fucking reason.
We'll see in 10 years, bro.
We saw it with Afghanistan. The Taliban is back in power. Literally nothing changed. 12 years. Think about all the people that died. The same thing's going to happen now. And only this time, they're God-fearing Christians. That's way worse.
You want white people to die?
Do you know what I mean? Like, come on,
white people to die?
But they over there.
Hey, white.
White, to be fair.
Bro, there's levels to this white.
Eastern Europeans not white.
They not white,
I think
bro.
you told us this from the
Yeah.
jump.
They're not white. They're not. They are.
Yeah.
They are, though.
But they're that zip.
They are that zip. They are, but they're not.
Yeah.
Wait, real quick, what do you think about the backlash CNN got for having the town hall? Did you hear what Anderson Cooper said?
They deserve. Well, tell me.
He said something like, you have every right to never watch this network again. You have every right to be outraged. But let me ask you a question. Do you think, this is the Republican frontrunner, do you think it's good to just stay in your silos? Do you think that's helping? And that shit infuriated me. Like, bro, y'all built the silo.
Yeah.
You built the silo for motherfuckers to get into for 10 years, and now you got a problem with it?
I mean, they're trying to recorrect.
They're trying to rebrand.
Yeah,
but here's
It was
the
a
thing.
crazy jump in, though.
Oh, no, they are
That's
trying
some
to
build-up.
rebrand.
Have a
No, it was
rollout.
stupid as fuck. The way they did it.
But I like the fact that they did, and I think that we should see more of it 100%, but I think your criticism of Anderson specifically is perfect, because don't be part of the problem and then immediately criticize the people who are criticizing you. You're the hypocrite.
Yeah.
Right? Because you guaranteed Anderson Cooper can be seen on TV going, why would you platform such a person?
1,000%.
What?
Yeah.
And then they do it immediately, and they have the biggest views they've probably had in fucking years.
Since 2020, probably.
So what's interesting about it to me is they can no longer say that they weren't part of the reason why he is elected president.
Yes, they used up their plausible deniability.
Yes.
Even though I think they were a massive reason he got elected, and I think they wanted him to get reelected so fucking badly.
Well,
because if Trump wins, people are watching again.
They made some comments. I forget who it was. If it was like the spokesperson for CNN or the president or whoever. But basically, they were like, "Oh, we highlighted," because people were like, "Why are there so many Trump people in the audience? Like he's getting applauses after every
I think
day."
the whole audience was.
And he made a comment where he was like, "We didn't highlight the Trump voter enough in 2016, which I think gave a disproportionate view as to what the election was, what was happening with the election. So we try to make it more proportional to like how America actually is."
So real quick, by highlight the Trump voter enough, you mean they weren't reflected within their viewership?
I think they were basically saying like no one was covering the Trump voter. Like they were pretending it didn't exist.
Or they were just some stupid hillbilly racists that they don't even need to consider.
And so like Trump's at a thing and it's just all like white liberals from like
that
New York
him.
and LA and Chicago.
Yeah.
And then everyone's watching it going, oh, there's no way he's gonna win. Without realizing, oh no, there's a lot of regular people in the United States that want to vote for Trump.
That's actually a great,
so
I
he
think
said
that's a great catch.
We wanted to highlight that. And then secondly, he said another thing that bugged me. And I got
Who is he?
I forget who it was. It was a spokesperson. It was a comment made by CNN addressing the backlash.
Okay.
Philip DeFranco commented on it in his...
Was he the new, there's like a new CEO.
I think it's the new CEO.
Yeah, new CEO's been there for like a year.
What's his name?
Chris Licht.
Yeah, I
Licht,
think so.
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
trying to find the exact comment, but he made a thing where he goes, at the end of the day, the woman that was hosting it did a great job, and we made a lot of news, which is our job. And I was like,
whoa.
Yeah.
make a lot of
No,
news.
your job is not to make news.
Make news
Don't
is
make
weird.
news.
To
Yeah, yeah.
cover news.
Report
Yeah,
on the news,
yes.
bro. Like,
Wow.
I thought that was so weird.
Freudian slip for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah.
Maybe, I don't know.
But
I'm
that's
trying to find the
interesting.
exact comment to make sure I'm not taking it out of context, but like it's the equivalent of like Stephen A. Smith getting in a fight with someone and being like, yeah, you know, we're
Great
making
job,
sports.
guys.
We're making
Yeah,
sports. It's like,
yeah.
no, report the sports.
Yeah, yeah,
you don't gotta
yeah, yeah.
make it. You don't
It's
gotta
like
get
him
into
running on
it.
the court shooting a hoop and being like,
Yeah,
that's
exactly,
the job.
exactly.
Yeah, that's
Like,
what it is. That's what it
the
is.
job is to make buckets.
We do want Stephen A. Smith to make headlines.
Yeah,
we
yeah.
do enjoy that.
Yeah. If he's going on the court trying to play defense, it's like, no,
Stop it.
this is not the
Stop
job.
it
Don't be
immediately.
making news.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just thought it was like, it annoyed me. I'm like, dude, just report.
Yeah.
You don't have to be trying to rile people up.
I
Yeah.
didn't have a problem with them doing the town hall. I thought, like you said,
thought it
it's
was
good.
great. Yeah.
It's good overall.
And-
I just
and-
think
oh, sorry,
for you
go.
to suddenly now, and maybe you've been. I have a feeling
Get off
it's
your
a
high
new
horse.
CEO saying,
Yeah.
"Hey, let's get ratings," but to suddenly say, "Hey, guys, let's not stay in our silos."
I-
You have encouraged this behavior for a decade.
Yeah. I honestly like. You might as well just fire Anderson too, because he's not going to fit the new silo that they're probably trying to occupy. I imagine Chris Licht, or whatever his name is, has seen a shift in American sentiment towards political ideology and is like, yo, why don't we pull this shit back to the middle? We can prove we're going to do that by having Trump on and not having a bunch of fucking liberals in the audience booing him, but show people liking him. Or just have at least some of his fans there. And then if they can occupy that space in the middle, maybe they become the trusted space for news that they were when you and I were coming up.
Yes.
I mean, I remember before Trump, when I wanted to know what happened, what did you do?
CNN.com.
That
First place for
was
news.
it was ESPN.com, CNN.com.
Yeah.
And I just looked at those things as the truth. This is just what happened. It wasn't interesting. It wasn't sexy. Matter of fact, when Bourdain went to CNN, I was like, why would you go to the boring news place? I literally was shocked. I was like, you have so much like charisma and character. You're just going to go to the place that just says what it is?
Yeah.
And the jump that they've made from then to now, and maybe, who knows, maybe they were biased back then and I didn't know.
I
that's
was
what I
just
was
gonna say
wondering.
that. I was like, I wonder if we were just like too much in
In
the
our
sauce,
New York bubble?
where we just like we weren't
If I
aware
had
that they were so
to
one-sided.
guess, I would think it started with George Bush Jr., where the Iraq War happened, Afghanistan, where they're like, and then Jon Stewart was the first guy to start really getting ratings and headlines by shitting on Bush Jr. and the war and everything. I think they were like, oh, there's a market here. We can do this. Fox is going left. I'm going right. We can just go left. And now, hey, look at us. We got a little thing. And then it just built and built.
So-
and then Trump was the snowball.
Fox is in a tough place now. They have made it pretty clear that they don't exactly want Trump to win. They probably wanted DeSantis, but DeSantis is 6 feet, under the ground.
Yeah.
So there's no chance that he could ever become president.
No, it's a wrap.
So
I mean, we could have another zombie president.
honestly, I wouldn't be upset at zombie DeSantis. I don't think that would be that bad. But even though he might be better at managing the political system, that wasn't something that Trump was good at all. He didn't know how to navigate politics, but he knows how to get attention. And as we know, attention is what wins elections. So who the fuck do they support and which way do they go? Their viewers are going to be caught up by Trump 100%, because I think you mention this all the time. Charlamagne mentions this all the time. Republicans fall in line.
Yeah.
And their viewers are then going to be at odds with the candidate that they're promoting. So then they will lose viewers to Newsmax or One America News or something like that. They're in a really tricky place right now.
I think what they always do is they read the wins and then they fall in line. I remember
So they'll go back to
pissed.
Trump.
Yeah, Trump was pissed because in 2020 they announced, I think New Mexico had gone for Biden, and then Trump got upset. And they were like, yeah, they conceded the election, Biden won. And then once they read the wins, being like, yo, the election was stolen, now Tucker Carlson's getting on at night being like, hey, this election isn't legit, blah, blah, blah. They're going to fall in line with Trump, no problem.
And
What
why
do you think of- go,
why
go.
do you feel that Fox News has distanced himself from Trump? Because all the stuff that came out was behind the scenes of
That's also
their
true.
anchors that were saying, we don't fuck with him. But
That's fair.
publicly, they were saying,
I thought that the powers that be were putting their money, time, and energy behind DeSantis. That's kind of what I thought. But I don't really have any program to support that. I will say this, like the people, the characters at Fox News, like the political pundits, anytime I spoke to them, they thought Trump was a goofy. And when they're on air, they were not keeping the same energy.
Yeah.
So that speaks to what you guys were saying, which was, they're ready to fall in line and support whoever's going to, keep them in their position, not necessarily of power, but
it's
authority.
spineless, but it's a winning strategy.
Yeah.
You guys watched Secession?
No.
They had this past episode.
Was basically like the...
And it's like, it was, they were covering election night, and they were like, if we kind of call this area first, even though all the numbers aren't in, it can sway the public and then create the doubt and all this shit. It was
that's some real shit.
Yeah, that's real shit. Like, it was crazy. And then you're like, oh, we call it first, we'll be in his favor, and then we have direct access. Yeah.
So just to clarify to everybody watching right now, maybe it's not even from America, and I'm sure this happens in your shitty countries too, but what basically happens is when these votes are counted, we have different time zones, et cetera, you can call a district or a state with what percentage of a very small percentage of the votes that are in. Like, it doesn't need to be 90% in. Like, they can judge based on the first, I'm going to fuck up the percentage, but they can judge on a small percentage, but all right, this is probably going to go in this direction. So I think what was happening in certain districts is they were getting the Republican districts in before the Democratic districts, and they were calling or trying to make that call based on those Republican numbers, knowing full well when like the urban center number came in, that it was probably going to skew it back to Democrat.
Ballots, all that,
Yeah. So, but that is crazy. The strategy behind that, somebody might go, I don't need to go out and vote today. This guy's already going to win. Because you're trying to reduce numbers, right? That's the idea. Ooh, man, that's diabolical.
And you create the doubt because it's like the whole night they're reporting, it's like, he's winning in this state. And then all of a sudden at the last minute, the state went the other way, even though you were reporting that this person's up.
Oh, so that creates this
election was stolen.
Oh, wow.
They just flipped it at the last minute.
Wow.
They did because they called it the wrong way first.
Because imagine being awake, because most people fall asleep and then you wake up to the fucking news of it, like depending on what coast you live on. And so imagine you go to sleep, my guy's up.
So the seed of doubt has already been sown.
Boom.
Interesting.
That shit is scary.
It's like they put the score of an NBA game without the actual points, just like kind of who's passing the most.
Yeah.
They got a lot of possession, so they're winning.
They're up 15 with 20 minutes to go.
In the first quarter?
Yeah.
Like my fucking Knicks.
Yeah. Did you guys see the fight this weekend, by the way?
Sorry, real quick, but this is a thing Robbie brought up that was interesting. Our friend Robbie Slovic, very funny comic, left-leaning for sure, but he said in 2020, when Trump tried to overturn the election.
Don't put that on Robbie.
No, this is a for sure Robbie thing. I'm a fuck up. But
no, he's saying left-leaning. Don't put that on.
Robbie will tell you.
You're calling him a cuck, dude. Come on.
Robbie's a cuck.
Robbie's a good guy.
Robbie's a cuck. I'll tell him he's a cuck.
It's right-wing Robbie.
Yeah.
Shit, Robbie. We got a mole in Jon Stewart's camp.
Yeah.
He writes on the Jon Stewart show.
Yeah.
So that's how we get that good information.
That's how you know he's a cuck.
Every once in a while, Jon Stewart will say some wild shit. He'd be like, yeah, you should just punch a 60-year-old bitch that got a cat named Vagina if you want. And then it's like, how'd that get in the script? I don't know, Robbie. How did it get in there, Robbie?
But he said in 2020, when they tried to overturn the election, electoral officials, most of them were like, no, you can't do that. So what Republicans did was replace those electoral officials with guys who are like, yeah, I'll play ball. If y'all fight the election, let's overturn it. Who gives a fuck? And that could be crazy in 2024 if they got guys in important districts who are like, nah, we're just going to overturn it. Who gives a fuck? That's going to be wild to see.
Fucking scary.
All right, guys, let's take a break for a second because, listen, you're going to need to get some tickets. You're going to need to get some tickets, and sometimes them shows are going to be sold out, and you have no other recourse. And what are you going to do? Just quit? You're not going to go see your favorite comedian, your favorite singer? You're not going to see your favorite fighter? You're not going to see any of those people? Or you're going to go after it? You're going to go try to find a deal. Tell you what you're going to do. You're going to go to SeatGeek. That's it. SeatGeek. I'm telling you why you're going to go, because SeatGeek has got your back. It will tell you when someone's trying to rip you off. They put that little red dot there when someone's trying to rip you off or when the price is not good. They put a green dot when it is good. They're letting you know what the deal is right then and there. SeatGeek has got your back. Every ticket is backed by their buyer guarantee, and SeatGeek is the only site that lets you return your tickets ahead of the event with swaps, okay? And you know, I'm always taking care of you guys. Let me tell you this right now. If you go download that SeatGeek app and you use the promo code Flagrant, you're gonna get $20 off tickets at SeatGeek. That's right. $20 off your first purchase with the promo code Flagrant. So think about that. Dump that into better seats. Get a little bit closer to the action. You will enjoy it. SeatGeek has got your back. Now let's get back to the show. I think I might be getting on Fume. I don't even smoke vapes or anything like that, but this is so lovely to hit on. Unbelievable, nice, fresh, minty smell. None of that horrible, toxic garbage coming out of the lungs because it's only air going in your lungs aided by a delicious minty or other flavor essential oil thing in there. You're not going to die at 30 from popcorn lung or whatever vapes are going to do to you. Fume, I actually need to get a piece of this company. I'm not gonna lie, because literally, after everybody dies from vapes, the big money is gonna be getting people off vapes, and Fume is first in the market. So you could be first in the market. You could be part of it. We need to find a way to invest. Fume is unbelievable. Every single one of my friends that's addicted to vapes, I've been getting a Fume. I've been telling the company, give them a goddamn Fume. Save their life. Let this be the thing that saves their life. It might save yours as well. Or it might just be an absolutely amazing thing that you just toke on. Who knows? You know, winter, you're going up in a whatever the fuck, ski lift, chair lift, whatever that shit is. You just need something to suck on your way to go, you know, before you go down the hill. I wish I picked a different metaphor or analogy or scenario for this, but my point is, this thing right here, absolutely phenomenal. I love it. You will too. So what you can do is, you can join Fume in accelerating humanity's breakup from destructive habits by moving Mark's head away from the fucking copy and getting the Journey Pack today. Head to tryfume.com and use the code Flagrant to save 10% off when you get the Journey Pack today. That's tryfum.com and use the code Flagrant to save an additional 10% off your order today. Now let's go back to the show.
Also, guys, Bum Ass Cities tour still going strong. First of all, thank you, St. Louis. Thank you, Kansas City. Both shows were fucking amazing. May 31st, I'm going to be in Cleveland, Ohio at Hilarities. June 1st, Columbus, Ohio at the Columbus Funny Bone. Schultz says you got the best chicken tenders on earth. I don't really believe you, but we'll see. June 14th, Buffalo, New York. June 15th, Rochester, New York. I got a bunch more shows. Go to my website, akashsingh.com, to get tickets. Hurry up and do that now. Now let's get back to the show.
KSI.
Oh, I was talking about the other fight. It was Sean O'Malley versus Schultz. Did you see that one?
Oh.
Easy victory.
Why'd you have to fuck him up like that at his own gym?
Yo,
bro?
I feel bad about doing it in his own gym. If we went to like a private gym, you know what I mean?
Have
like,
some sympathy for the
exactly.
man. You know what I mean?
We weren't videotaping, but like those are his people. He's gonna have to see them tomorrow. He's
put
gonna
him
have to see
on
them
IG
next
Live,
time.
yo.
I know, I fucked
How
up.
dare
I
you.
did.
Yeah.
I waved the gun on him. On IG Live. That was disrespectful.
Fucked
That was
him up,
very,
bro.
very disrespectful.
Fucked him up.
Nah. He's
Give us some backstory though.
that was most of the story was my back was on the mat. That was the
back is the
whole
story.
story is the back of the mat. Yeah. No, it was we were in Phoenix doing shows, and I hit up Sean and his coach Tim.
Yeah.
And they have a gym that's like maybe like 20 minutes away from where we're staying. So we went out there to work out. And first of all, Sean, if you can get the striking one up.
Yeah.
Obviously, Sean's nice as fuck. Like these guys are elite athletes. It's great. But it's always really interesting being in there with a guy who is like an elite striker, and him talking about the things that he's doing to make it really difficult for me. Now, we weren't really sparring. We weren't even touching each other, but more just kind of like throwing the strikes. But he does a couple things that are really great. He fully extends on his punches. You know when people train, you're training mitts, you're training bags, it's very easy to just kind of like, what is it called? T-Rex arms it or whatever, right? And if you watch him, everything is full extension. And what that does is allows you to strike at distance. So like, here's a guy who I'm taller than, I'm longer than, but is able to like close distance and kind of pretty much hit me whenever he wants. Like, it was really impressive. Now I'm 200 pounds. He fights at 135.
So crazy.
God damn. So I'm thinking like, if there's a guy and he got to go up against Aljo. Right? He's fighting Aljo for the belt. You know what I mean? So like that's something Aljo, who is elite as fuck too. It was also cool to see Sean acknowledge that like Aljo is nice.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't like hater shit. It was like, he's nice.
Yeah.
But that's something Aljo's gonna have to deal with. You're looking at someone who's striking from distance and using the full length of the arms.
Do you have the video? I realize I don't have it on my phone.
Yeah, I'll send it to you. And then I did this jujitsu shit. I ain't never done jujitsu before. Jujitsu kind of might be real, bro.
Kind of might be, huh?
Shit ain't.
While he's putting up that video,
Bro, I didn't think jujitsu was real, and I didn't think wrestling was real.
Not.
Bro, this guy, Tim.
hold on, do you want to pause?
That shit is just a little horseplay.
Nah, I'm gonna give it to you right now.
Okay.
Jiu-jitsu just a little horseplay.
Wrestling.
Yeah,
Wrestling.
That's funny. I thought that shit is one of those videos. I thought jujitsu was horseplay too. Okay? And I genuinely thought, I was like, all I gotta do is wrestle. Like, all I gotta, like, legit. I was like, I gotta kind of grab you or whatever like that. But dude, the way he little brothered me once, bro, I hope we don't have it on video. I was on the ground and he just had his hand behind my neck, right? I'm 6'2", I'm 200 fucking pounds.
Yeah.
I'm a man. All right, maybe.
You a man to me. 5'7".
In some districts. You know what I mean? Yeah, we might have called that district a little too early, you know? But this dude had his hand behind my neck and I couldn't get up. Like I couldn't get up because anytime I would shift my weight to a position where I was trying to get up, he would shift it and just keep my weight over my center mass or something. It was a weird thing going on. And then just choke me out whenever the fuck he wants.
Bad news, bro.
He just like being held.
We got
He's
the
like,
tapes.
damn, that hand feels good right there.
I'm not talking about this one against Tim. I got it real quick on Sean.
No, this
I got
one.
real quick on Sean.
Oh, wait.
Wait, shot it to.
Oh, where Tim was holding you. I got you.
Yeah. This one I got up. But that was the shit right there. Hold on. Got him. Got that under leg or whatever that is. Look at. Okay, now you back. Now you back, Schultz. Jab.
What's this fucking delay is killing me.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's actually, I look better in the delay, so. You do. It looks amazing. Keep this delay when you put the video out, too. Yeah, look at that spinning kick.
Fuck, bruh.
Yeah, you said the spinning. I asked him, I was like, yo, what was the thing that tired you out the most? Was it the cardio from boxing?
This kick right here, watch. He lands, it's called, oh, look at that
Oh,
shit.
shit.
No, watch, boom, that one right there. Pause. He lands, I think it's called a teep or something like that. A teep, and it's just a front kick. To the belly right here. You ever been hit with a body shot in like sparring or whatever like that? And you know how it just like your oxygen level, let's say it's at 100, it just takes it to 50. It's video game shit. Your body feels like a video game. Like
Usually when you get hit when you're inhaling. And so it's like,
oh, I didn't know that.
yeah. So it's like you're
on an inhale.
You're loosing. So it goes, and then somebody hits you right while you're going in.
Oh, because if you're squashing, it's not removing any air, bro.
Yeah.
Interesting. Do they try to time that, you think?
Nah, ain't no way,
is there
bro.
any way?
Ain't no way. You're just throwing. But dude, that right there, that little, and he just like kind of tapped. I literally felt 50% of the oxygen go,
Yeah.
and I was like, oh my god. And it's different than like a liver shot. That's what Ryan got hit with by Tank.
Yeah.
That is just your oxygen going away, and you need a few steps to get that oxygen back. But yeah, I don't know why I'm even talking about this at this point, to be honest with you. I just blacked out right there. Yeah.
Is that CTE?
I think CT. I got CT.
You might got full CTE.
But he said an interesting thing. Like he was doing a lot of looks. He was doing southpaw, regular kicks, or whatever. And I was like, yeah, it was kind of like it was like paralyzing in a weird way, you know. And he's like, yeah, that's what I'm trying to do. Like I'm trying to make you think about what I'm going to throw at you, so that you get confused, and when you're confused, you really just throw what you're most comfortable with. So I kept kind of throwing jabs and things, like, because
cool, right?
I'm reacting
Yeah.
instead of going, all right, let me set up a 1-2, then a pull, and then another.
Yeah.
But now I'm just going, fuck, how do I block the leg?
He's strategically applying pressure to put you into the thing that's most predictable.
Yep, literally. And then now he knows what I'm going to throw because he's confused me into
when
making
he's
me in
scared,
my
he goes
comfort
overhand
zone.
right.
Exactly.
Okay, I'm going to scare him, overhand right, uppercut.
Exactly. So it was, and I knew it was happening. I'm going, I know he knows I'm throwing a jab, but he's also waiting for the jab now to counter it with a
And you
spinning
can't break
back
from your
fist.
routine. No matter how much you're trying, if you're confused, you're just gonna go to it.
And they've said that even, I've seen some MMA dudes talk about this, where it's like, once someone feels, what is my man from Jorge Masvidal?
Okay.
Remember he lands the flying knee on Ben Askren.
Yeah.
And he goes, I knew that if I charged him, he would revert to what he's most comfortable at, which is wrestling. This guy is one of the most amazing wrestlers, right? In what's it called? In MMA history. And the knee, if in wrestling you do what's called shoot. You shoot for somebody's legs.
Right.
So he runs at him, He goes to wrestling brain. He knows he's going to shoot.
What am I comfortable with? Shooting.
Exactly.
And then we know
Knee
he's going
right
to
there.
shoot, knee right in the face. That's brilliant.
It's interesting, the psychology of it, and like the importance of like putting yourself in those sparring scenarios over and over and over again so that you are comfortable at everything that's coming at you. I've seen this with NBA players that have been playing since they're a kid, like the Ball brothers have been playing since they're so young that there's rarely a scenario where they're uncomfortable in. They're on a fast break, somebody charges at them behind the back, lay. It's like they've gone through 10,000 hours of all these different things. And then you find the guys that got the game later, they're 18, 19, 20 years old, they just don't have the hours.
That's the thing. Like, I think that is the differentiator in every elite industry. In any industry, the thing that separates the greatest from the goodest is the ability to override your body's natural compulsion. Like when you're in a stressful situation, you're doing stand-up, you're fighting, your body's going, oh, my throat's gonna get dry. Oh, I'm gonna start getting sweaty. Oh, I'm gonna start reacting. And when people go, oh, that person's unhuman, they're unnatural. They're freaks of nature. They are, because they're overriding what their body's naturally telling them to do.
And the way that you do that is just by repetition,
Just reps,
repetition.
doing it intentionally to create like intentional confidence that then becomes passive.
Yeah, it has to be passive.
Yeah.
There's a beautiful
It's system one that turns into system two.
Playoff experience.
That's what I was just
literally.
Yeah.
Great example.
LeBron used to choke in the early days. Then he has so much playoff experience, and this motherfucker is like Zen master.
I've seen it all. I've been here before. I know
There's
exactly how to handle the situation.
There's a great video of John Calipari, the coach.
He coaches Kentucky.
Kentucky, yeah. And he is shooting some shots with, I believe, Rod Strickland and Derrick Rose.
Okay.
And Derrick Rose has just got into the NBA, and Rod, I think, is maybe done with his tenure there.
And I think Calipari was Derrick Rose's coach in Memphis.
Yes.
Yeah.
I believe it's Rod Strickland. I'm not exactly sure. And he goes, yeah, so what we got to do is we got to hit 10 shots in a row from the baseline. And if you miss one, the other guy gets to go. And you just got to keep on trying to hit 10 and the other guy gets to go. And he goes, now I'm going to let Rod do it. Rod's been in the league for over 10 years, so he can do this no problem. There's no big deal. He's been in high pressure situations. It's not a big deal. And as Rod's shooting, he's talking. He goes, yeah, he got this. This is easy for him. 8, 9, he goes, he's been in the league, whatever. Now Derrick goes to shoot. He goes, now Derrick, he's just been in the league 2 years. He's going to fuck this up. He's going to guarantee fuck this up. Derrick gets to 7. It's guaranteed because he hasn't been in the league that much. 8, clank.
Wow.
He goes, and it really is what you were just saying. It's like making that passive. That anxiety can start to build up. And the more time you have in every one of those experiences, the more comfortable you are.
Yeah.
And the guys that have been fighting since they're a kid, like a Tank Davis, there is no punch that hasn't been thrown at him.
Yeah.
There is no punch, you know what I mean? There's no defense that he hasn't seen. There's a beautiful video of him setting up Ryan Davis for that first knockdown. It is beautiful. Tank is a southpaw. Ryan is conventional. And Tank posts. He doesn't throw a punch. He just puts a right jab out straight. And there's a video of Ryan throwing the same left hook over the jab, right? He posts, Ryan throws left hook over the jab, misses. That's 1. Tank posts again. He's like, let me see if that motherfucker throw that same hook again. Throws it again. So he knows on this third post exactly what Ryan's gonna do. Posts again, Ryan goes to throw, ducks under.
And if you're throwing over, he could duck under, and then boom.
But it was like he made him throw the punch.
Yeah.
Ryan thought that he was throwing it because he wanted to.
Yeah.
Tank made you.
He was going to what's comfortable.
Yeah. And it's
And
that.
what is Ryan's punch? What does everybody know?
It is the left hook.
Yeah. Automatic recall. It's just the experience. They asked Magnus Carlsen, they're like, how do you feel so comfortable?
That's the chess guy?
chess player.
Yeah.
How do you feel so comfortable when you're in like a chess match, the finals, world championship? And he's just like, yeah, I have this automatic recall of every position that's ever been played that I've ever seen.
Yeah.
So it's like.
Oh, son, there's a. Sorry, I interrupt. Go ahead. No, go ahead.
You get into that position, someone plays this thing, and I go, oh, this is Kasparov 1994. I know what to do.
There's a great fucking clip going around on IG. Warriors, Lakers. I believe it's game 4.
Yeah.
So the Warriors have the ball to tie the game.
This was
and
fantastic.
if they make this shot, it goes into overtime. If they win, it's 2-2. If they lose, they're down 3-1. The play they run is a play that they ran in 2018. LeBron has a photographic memory. He always says this. But just from the setup of the play, you can see LeBron in this year, 2023, whatever pick they set, he tells Anthony Davis, go over there. Anthony Davis gets in the way of Klay Thompson, who's going over there, so you can't pass the ball to Klay Thompson. LeBron knows the next option is to go to Draymond Green. He gets in front of Draymond Green because he's seen this exact scenario hurt them in 2018, and now, 5 years later, I got all the experience. I've seen this exact thing, Magnus Carlsen recall. Hey, AD, you go down that way. I'm going to come in this way. They bungle the last possession or whatever, and then the Lakers win.
Yeah.
Strictly off of a recall.
Yeah, but it's more than fundamentals. It's just the experience. Like you give your jokes now to you 10 years ago, even if it's the exact same jokes,
100%.
They're fundamentally better, but the performance won't be as good as it is now because 100%. You don't have the experience.
Yeah, and the experience is not telling them. The experience is the reaction to telling them and how you react to a big reaction, a poor reaction, a mid-level reaction. That is the experience. That even a new joke, when you're telling it, you don't know how to tell it when they don't react. You start to forget parts of it because you haven't had that experience yet.
Yeah, you got to heckle, a cup breaks.
Exactly.
Like all of a sudden now you're out of it. Or like you watch someone that's really good at negotiating. Like have you ever seen like a genius negotiator? Like even like some of the watch guys. Yeah, even Dove.
Yeah.
Like Dove could tell you what to do and you still won't do it as well as someone that's just in the moment because they know how to react to someone applying pressure.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Unless you're in Morocco, then you're fucked. But
you get fucking rinsed. Okay, you want to see me get tapped out real quick by Tim?
Yeah, this one's great.
Let's see.
This is on Mark's IG story.
Yeah.
So fast.
Your face.
It was funny that someone pointed out, I was like, to actually do the choke.
No. Look at my tongue. Don't I look like an orca coming up from fish? You ever seen a killer whale at SeaWorld?
Look at your eyes, dog.
Yeah, I'm dead.
Sheer pain.
And what's funny is that in order to complete the chokehold, you got to grab the other arm.
Oh yeah, it's not even completed. Dude, I almost tapped.
It's not even done.
Dude, it's not even completed. Yo, I almost tapped. He don't know this. I almost tapped just from him wrapping up my belly tight. So he got one leg on my belly and squeezed, and I was like, oh, there to go the air. I think all my air is in my stomach or something like that.
You made me fart. Fuck
yeah,
you.
Dude.
Yeah,
nah,
dude.
that's... Bro, I tapped him out.
He did the funniest shit.
I tapped him out.
What do you mean?
But I didn't win. He let me put him in a choke, and he refused to tap. So I was like, here, I'll tap for you. Like,
The first time in history someone was in a winning position and then tapped out. He was choking him out, and Tim was like, keep going, keep cranking.
He let me put him in a triangle.
Keep cranking.
Okay.
And I felt it was so tight, and he was like, you're getting there. And he's starting to get red, and I was like, it's okay, it's okay.
And he
I
tapped out
him
while he was winning.
While I was winning.
I feel that.
But no, because he wasn't like, you have it in. He was going, I need to feel the oxygen going. And me feeling the oxygen going is very quick.
Yeah.
He's been doing this forever. I imagine black belt Jiu Jitsu. So he's like, literally, when is it gonna go?
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't need to take you there.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
That's overriding the biology.
Yeah, I'm not overriding that shit. But I will say, Jiu Jitsu, the cardio on Jiu Jitsu is crazy, or just the grappling. And I see why now elite strikers in MMA get so exhausted when somebody takes them on the ground. Because the cardio is completely different. Right. Completely different. You are like in striking, you're using your cardio when you're actually throwing, but outside of that, you're in a pretty passive state. Grappling,
like every single muscle in your body is tense, flexing, trying to reposition your.
It feels like climbing. Do you know what I mean? Like, you know, like when you can't really take a break climbing. Yeah. You know, like
I'm hanging up here,
bro.
Literally,
I wrestled Derek Poston as a joke.
Bro, y'all weren't joking.
Oh yeah, no. I mean, we were going.
Y'all were wrestling for who gets a feature for the rest of the tour. That they were going at it.
No, it was a good wrestle though.
No, you guys had a good one.
Yeah, it was awesome.
You wrestled with other people.
He gets competitive, right?
So Derek is wild competitive.
Dude, it's the most fun. It was awesome. But it was like,
oh, that means it got serious.
Oh,
when he had to like,
Mark had him, and there was a moment where Derek was like, "This is not about to happen."
Really?
Oh, bro, Mark had him pretty much pinned. I thought you had him pinned, and then Derek was like, "I can't let this happen for my people."
What happened? How did it end?
It was a truce.
I think Derek got back on top.
Yeah. Wait, what?
So Derek won.
Didn't he not?
No, we got the video, bro. But it was a truce, though.
What you mean? You ain't seen the video? I got the video. But no, it's fine. We was all fun. It was all fun.
I saw it in real life. Did he not get back on top?
Nah, because he had more strength, but I had more cardio. So I was.
You're saying he didn't assume top position after you had top position?
And then I got top position back.
Well, that's not what I said.
But you said, how did it end? I had top position.
end.
Yeah.
I know. I walked out after that.
How could you leave that? How could you leave the intensity of the moment?
I saw enough.
How could you leave?
He decided to do his feature, wasn't it?
Yeah. I didn't want
His
to do it.
video.
I didn't want to put pressure on you guys. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, but like I realized, wrestling with your
I'm
friends
there
is fun.
watching, you know what I'm saying?
You never wrestle with your friends? I realize this shit is awesome.
I mean, it's different, you know. It's different when you gotta like. If you just got nobody you know there, you could be silly. But when the boys are there, like it's gotta be serious.
Relax. No, you all tense and shit.
Yo, it's all good, bro.
Tense getting
Bro,
red
it's
and
all
shit.
good, dog.
I know you
and
good.
listen, if he got top
He's
position,
so
Because this is annoying is we were actually playing wrestling for fun, and
next
then now
week
he's
I'm
adding gas on it
Gagnon,
now.
World Wrestling Champion 7 times.
Subscribe, check it out.
I'm gonna pull up ChatGPT and fucking just like, yo,
I'm looking
how
up
do you
YouTube
become the
tutorials.
best
I got all
wrestler
the
in the
videos.
world?
No, but you look like you had a little wrestling background.
No,
He's from Florida.
Yeah, he's southern ass.
I feel like that's just like their pastime.
wrestling.
Just-
Yeah, they
Wrestling.
do
Yeah, I took out a
Yard and shit
gator from
like
a
that.
young age, bro.
I mean,
They'll do
Derek
it.
looked like he had one too. Like you guys actually
from
had
Memphis.
technique.
Derek's
Yeah.
a real athlete. He
But
like
Derek
played.
is an
He
athlete.
played
He's-
college football.
Yeah, he's legit.
Yeah.
Like he should have never let you take him down. But then after,
Why are y'all adding gas on it? We literally had a fun play fight.
he should have never
We
let
had
you
a
take
fun
him down.
fight.
Of course, Derek did good. He was an athlete.
But
like,
it did.
I was
It
just-
felt like once Derek was like,
I was
"Oh, we got to
homeschooled.
be serious." Then he bodied it. Like he absolutely dominated. It. But the beginning when he wasn't taking it serious, it was good. It was pretty good.
You got to get your get back, bro.
Wait, on who?
You
On
got to get your
Derek.
get back.
You can't let him body you like that.
bro.
Yo, come on, what? What's wrong, bro?
We had a fun play fight, and now you guys are
Why
making
is it
something
play?
different.
Why is it play when you lose? Why
Because
is
we're
it play?
best friends, bro. We were just having a fun play fight.
Oh, now you best friend.
You guys don't wrestle. That's what it is.
Now you best friend.
You guys-
I was wrestling.
No, that wasn't wrestling. But y'all don't
I
wrestle.
did better against Tim than you did against Derek. 100%. 100%. No, be honest. 100%. When Derek actually tried, like you were on your back.
Stop it,
bro.
bro.
It was crazy.
Stop it, dude.
No, that was crazy.
No, I made Derek do the. I made him do the tongue. He did
you
the
made him
workout.
put it out?
Yeah, he did the workout.
We threw a condom in the ring. We're like, yo, you gonna need this, Derek. Derek, don't catch anything from Mark. You gonna need this shit right here.
Bro, I was smelly. I think that helped me, honestly. I had a stink to me.
Son, he thought you were a trade. You had a fat ass and a dick.
The long hair, fatty, bro.
I was wondering why he pulled my hair. Bro,
crazy,
he pulled
son.
my hair. I was like, bro, what are you doing? I turned, he's like, oh, sorry.
He's taking it more serious than you.
Yeah, he felt the beard, then he stopped.
Nah, he's
Yeah.
like, I don't like being on top. You get on top.
Oh, he let me assume position.
Yo, then he knew you didn't know what you were doing. Yeah. Nah, it's a dude.
Shout out to Doug. Shout out,
Shout out
fucked
to
up Mark.
posting.
That was fun.
Man, it was fun. It was great. Yo, thank you, Phoenix, everybody, for coming out to the shows. That was great to just be back out on the road. It's been literally over a year since we were all on tour again.
Yeah.
So that was so much fun to be
Yeah.
back out there.
Yeah.
I love it. Yeah, I love it.
Where was the venue?
We were at Stand Up Live in Phoenix.
Oh, yeah.
And great club.
Yeah.
And then we
And,
pulled up on the Bad Friend show.
Oh yeah, then and Santino and Bobby were in town because they were doing their like
Right.
live pod.
Yeah.
And which was like down the block. So we popped into that. That was cool. We brought Suga Sean in there too, and the crowd went crazy.
Fire.
And Santino came and popped in on the show, and at Stand Up Live, and that was fun too, man. Yeah, it was just a great weekend. I missed the road. It's easy, I think, when you.
It's the best.
Yeah, when you cut something out, I think it's easy to, how am I saying it? Like, I think you can get numb to something when you're doing it so much, right? And then when you stop doing it, you can, if you stop it for long enough, you can forget what an important part of your life it was. Because I was still getting up in the city, so like that itch was getting scratched with the stand-up. But being on the road, like being able to put
45
together
is
your
different,
set,
bro.
you know what I mean? And like the changes that you can make and like realizing where the gaps are and then like finding new things that are really funny.
Yeah.
And just being with the guys. Like we had like a fucking great time.
Yeah.
Like it was really funny. Just hanging around, busting balls. Like it was great. I've missed it and I'm really looking forward to this summer and getting a little tour going on.
Yeah. I didn't get to headline for so many years that I'd never take for granted. Doing 45 is the fucking best feeling in the world to me as a comic. It's just the best. Stretching it out. We were in St. Louis this weekend, and it was so funny because last time we had such a miserable experience.
Yeah.
I was there during Corona. Mad death threats for no reason. Complete bullshit thing. This time we went back. Everything was sold out. The audience was great. And immediately I went from hating St. Louis to be like, I could live in this city. I could live here. This is a great place, yo.
All right, guys, let's take a break for a second because you all need a new wallet. Okay, every single one of you, you're out there looking crazy. You got pretzels and shit in your wallet. You got receipts from things you never even wrote off. You probably don't even do your taxes, but you need a new wallet. You need a new wallet that's gonna accommodate a changing world. The world is changing. Them old wallets are not gonna change with you. Them old wallets, people can steal your information, walk right up on you, boop, take all your information, take your credit cards. That is something that happens to this day. People are stealing your information just by walking right up to you, bumping into you, information gone, unless you got an Exter. Exter is RFID protected. It's boop protected. Nobody's coming taking your stuff. Also, they got a homing device on this. They call it something else. Trackable worldwide, but it's a homing device. That means if someone steals it, follow that dude. Follow that dude, find him. You could even get your own wallet back. I wouldn't suggest it. That's probably not good to say for an ad, but it is true. That's a possibility. Or you could let the authorities take care of it. My point is, this is the best wallet in the business. Look how sleek this is right here. Bow, cards, pop up, right back down. See how easy that was? Bow, right back down. Hey, let's split the bill. Psych. I'm not splitting the bill. You gonna pay for the bill, but I could because I have money, because my information has not been stolen, because I'm RFID protected by Exter, the best wallet in the business that you should get. You can right now check out all the wallets at shop.exter.com/flagrant and get up to 25% off site-wide with the code flagrant at shop.exter.com/flagrant. Go do that right now. All right, guys, let's take a break for a second because, listen, Geology changed the game once when they took care of your skin. Your skin was awful, oily, trash, weren't getting no pussy, nothing. Girl didn't even want to get close to you, dripping your stupid oil all over her face. She just did her makeup and you put your fucking oily cheeks and nose, just pimples oozing all over the place. And then Geology came in with the ultimate alley-oop. Now you're dicking down broads left and right because your face is nice and moisturized. They're doing that for hair as well. Because look how stupid you're gonna look with perfect skin, but your hair is still goofy. Geology had to step in. They had to do something about it. They got the same test. They are making sure that you get your own hair products. What does that mean? That shampoo is for your specific type of hair. Take that same little quiz. The quiz is nothing, but they're not gonna give you the generic shampoo that's supposed to work for everybody. That's bullshit. You need the shampoo for your hair, like you need the skincare routine for your skin. And that is what Geology specializes in. Go take it. Most people out there watching their hair every single day, they also say, don't do that. You've never seen that happen once in life. In a capitalist society, a business that functions off of profits telling you, you don't need as much of this as you think. That's how you know they're real. That's how you know they're about it. Or that's how you know their CEO is gonna get fired. Either way, you should trust them, okay? Geology. Right now, if you use the code Flagrant, they're gonna give you 70% off your first purchase of a personalized hair care routine or their award-winning skincare trial set. On top of that, they're giving you an additional bonus offer on their brand new body care line of super clean body wash and deodorant. What? So everything is Geology? All Geology, everything? Yes. Yes, yes, yes. They're gonna take care of all your bathroom needs, so head over to geology.com, that is GEOLOGIE.com, and take the hair care quiz. Use the code Flagrant to start living that good hair life. Now let's get back to the show.
KSI, should he be disqualified for this knockout? People are saying KSI illegally used an elbow in this boxing match.
There's another angle that's better.
Let me pull it up.
There's another angle that's better. Okay, and even before that, he lands a massive overhand right.
Okay, I need to see that because I keep seeing the elbow.
No, he lands a massive overhand right and stuns this guy. The guy is trying to hold on because KSI is coming, and then KSI hits him with an elbow. There it is. That's the elbow. Go back. I mean, there's no question whether it's an elbow or not. We can all see.
Oh, shit.
But I don't think it's his intention to elbow him.
No,
I think the guy is grabbing him and he's trying to throw strikes.
What is the rule on that?
So it depends on the what's it called? The sanctioning body there. Yeah, the commission in London, like what is sanctioned. So some people might say it's a no contest. I don't know what the deal is with. If it's an accidental elbow that changes the fight, you've seen like an accidental headbutt that causes a cut that stops a fight.
Right. Or eye poke, some shit like that.
Exactly. That is a no contest. So what he's arguing is it should be a no contest. But he being Joe Fournier. But
What do you
I had
think?
it written down here. Go.
What do you think? I think it should be a no contest.
Yeah, I don't think KSI did that on purpose. And anybody who does, I think, is lying to themselves because they don't like KSI.
Yeah.
But he did elbow the fuck out of him.
Yeah,
I mean,
he knocked
that's
him out
an
with a
elbow.
great elbow. I mean, kind of a textbook elbow.
Yeah, it's tricky. It's tricky because like the guy is leaning in, grabbing, and clearly hurt from the punch that happened before. He lands a massive overhand right on him.
Yeah, and it's possible to see
Yeah,
that
I'll
because
pull it
I keep seeing this.
Even so, if the shot that takes you down is an illegal shot, it's like you can't call that a win.
No
Yeah,
contest,
I don't think we're even saying he should have lost or whatever, but I could see it being.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, the rules are the rules. Maybe that's it. Maybe that's it. So maybe it has to be no contest. If that's the rule. I got to look at what the local commission.
No, but when is it ever, like I know they can change rules for a fight, but I don't think there's ever a time where an illegal shot can be marked as a knockdown.
So-
'Cause you can't mark a headbutt that knocks somebody out as a knockdown.
or a knee or some shit.
Yeah.
So what they'll do a lot of times is they'll go, that cut was caused by an illegal headbutt. And then if the cut stops it, then they'll go, but it has to be marked. Whereas the ref right there, and reasonably so, there's no way I would be able to tell elbow.
Yeah.
Just from in the ring. Like you
Especially
have
this angle looks like a punch.
Exactly. So the ref, I guess, didn't see it, didn't call it. They didn't have playback. And then when the playback happened, then they go, oh, that was an elbow.
Yeah.
I don't know if they would change it afterwards to no contest. Mm-hmm. I don't know.
This overhand right is crazy. It's a little laggy, but you can see, boom.
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
Oh, fuck. So he goes big, boom.
Yeah, knocks him back.
And that's his big punch. So the guy, so the thing with this is like, KSI was saying, yo, I'm fighting a real boxer. He's a professional boxer, 9-0, right? I don't know. Listen, with boxing, like the earlier fights in your career, you're fighting what are called tomato cans, people that are loose. And he's not the only person that has done this.
Yeah.
Every boxer has done this. Floyd did it, like every pro boxer. Now the question is this his full-time job? No, he's done other things. I think he's been in like business and nightlife, et cetera. So if you go to the Dominican Republic, most people know this, you go to the Dominican Republic, you get these tomato cans to fight, and they're basically put there to lose. So we don't know how padded the record is, but you can make the same thing about Tommy Fury. You go, well, yeah, he's got X amount of fights, and he was fighting tomato cans. You know, the combined losses of all his fighters, way more than the combined wins. Like, so they set you up with whatever. So we can't really tell exactly how good he is, but I think that was the idea with this fight is I'm going to fight a pro and beat him. Jake tried to fight a pro, couldn't beat him. I'm going to do it. So the question is, does he go and fight? I don't think there's any point in fighting this guy again.
No.
Like,
I mean, you kind of have to.
if you're an actual fighter, you do. But if you're fighting in the purely like entertainment part of it, like nobody need.
They're not going for belts.
Yeah,
Was
they're
it
going
even-
for belts. Yeah.
What round was it? I didn't see
Second.
the whole second. Okay. And was he winning the whole fight, KSI?
I didn't watch the whole fight.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because that's the thing. Like, what if the guy had
Was
a great
piecing him
first?
up, and
Yeah,
then
what
he
if he had
did-
a great first round? Then it's like, nah.
So that's what happened with like Rolly this weekend. Rolly's the guy Gervonta knocked out before Ryan Garcia. Do you guys remember that?
Yeah.
So he was losing this fight against a guy and then lands a couple shots and then the ref steps in and does a horrible stoppage, like one of the worst stoppages I've ever seen. Even Rolly was like, nah, he shouldn't have been able to continue, but he won a belt. So that one, I think you got to run that back.
Right.
But for these guys, it's like, I don't need to see him fight Fournier again. He lands a big shot. He fucking knocks him out with the elbow, but not on purpose. Like, okay, go fight Tommy Fury or go fight Jake Paul.
Yeah.
Like, I think this part of boxing is just like the biggest fight.
Yeah.
I don't care to see this fight again.
No, not at all.
Even same with like Tommy Fury. I don't know if I would care to see him fight Jake again.
I
Like,
only care about the Tommy fight because he'd be,
Because Tommy beat Jake.
And it's like building up to the Jake.
Yeah.
Like, okay, let Jake fight Nate. You go fight Tommy. Like, you could probably turn around quick and fight because this only went 2 rounds.
Yeah,
it's
ice
not like
your
you got
elbow,
beat
you're
up.
good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
ice your elbow. Yeah. So, yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's amazing what they've been doing with these fucking boxing events. Like, they just became a boxing promoter and they're just putting up all these guys.
Very
Like these, yeah, it's
So
kind of embarrassing for boxing. I'll be honest.
bro. They really exposed boxing. They exposed the lack of. They exposed the number one issue with boxing, which is a complete and utter lack of a promotional tool. Canelo Alvarez fought last weekend, 2 weekends ago.
Yeah.
Did you guys even know?
I knew, but nobody cared that I know.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, one of the goats.
We didn't have a The so-called face of boxing is fighting in Mexico. We don't.
Yeah.
I don't even know the guy's fighting, this guy Ryder. I mean, respect for him going in there with Canelo, but at the same time, like, why are you fighting a guy we don't even know?
Yeah.
Like, what is happening in boxing?
The problem with boxing, there's so much money in it, and there's not one person that owns it. Like UFC, you got Dana White, who's like organizing and trying to make this one thing the best it could be. With boxing, you have all these different promoters, and all they care about is just their fighters. And so now they have a bunch of fake belts just so I can call my guy a champion. Like, how do you have 6 belts in one fucking division? It's retarded.
Yeah.
So it's like, it just cheapens the brand. Now it's like, it's happened so long where it's like people really aren't caring about boxing anymore.
Yeah, it's so true.
Unless the fighters make it a big deal to care about.
That's
Could it
true.
also be that Canelo lost and losses in boxing? To your point about having so many bodies and not one that can control it. Losses in boxing way more detrimental to your career and eyeballs you get than UFC. A loss in UFC, you've said this many times, if you have a good loss, people are more excited to see you.
The only reason why I say, I agree with you, and I think that does make sense with boxing. The only reason why I say I don't think it's that big a deal is because he's coming up in weight so much to fight these guys. Like, Canelo shouldn't beat the guys. He should be fighting at 154, 160. He's a short guy. He has no business fighting 6 foot plus dudes who are also world champions. But he was so good that he's been able to do it. Okay. So, like, I don't think we look down on him taking those challenges. Okay. You know, it's like, let's say John Jones went up in weight and he lost. Yeah. It'd still be like, bro, he put on 20 fucking pounds. Like, you're not supposed to. You know, or like Izzy losing against Jan Blachowicz. Okay. It's like, you're putting on so much fucking weight. Yeah. But I agree with you about the boxing loss. But even then, I don't think that the fight that he lost, we didn't care about.
That's true.
Right? Like,
and I think it's just badly promoted.
You're right. And I think that, look at, you have these YouTube kids that are masters of promotion because that's really what they've learned to do more than anything. Yeah. So they've applied that to a physical live event. They can't do stand-up. They can't, well, KSI can do music, but like, this is another version of taking your promotional ability and the content and the relationship you have with your fans and then monetizing it in a live event. And boxing is the highest fucking stakes. You can take all that beef you have, all that drama, all the things that you're so good at curating because you've been on the YouTube space for years, and instead of just doing a vlog about how you hate that guy,
let's bang it out.
Bang it the fuck out.
Yeah.
The oldest,
And boxing shouldn't have resisted it or tried to let it go away. They should have absorbed it and been like, oh, these guys know how to promote. We know how to fight. Let's work together and create an awesome thing. Put them on an undercard of like an actual thing.
They can't be controlled. So in boxing, they like to pick up these young kids who don't have any experience, and then they're like, hey, I control you. I'm going to promote. I'm going to take all your money.
Also, to your earlier point, there's so many different people fighting for it, whereas UFC would just be one company.
Yeah, and they did do that. And they partnered with Nelk. They partnered with all these people. And like
WWE does the same thing.
With
one company.
Yep. 100%. Yeah, it's, I mean, the NFL, the NBA, it's one company. You can organize the products, whoever you want.
Market it however you want.
Exactly. And then everybody that's fighting within that company helps you win.
Yeah.
You are associated with the winner no matter what.
Yeah.
It's not 2 promoters. It's not Bob Arum and Don King going at it, and one of their guys has to lose, and then that's it.
Yeah.
It's just one promoter. So whoever wins, you keep on riding that horse.
Right.
But I think the specific thing with the boxing is no different than like kind of what happened in our industry with like stand-up or even with podcasts. It's like a lot of people were listening to radio and it just sucked. It was kind of boring. There were the greats, obviously. You look at the Breakfast Club, you look at the Howard Stern, but like for the most part, radio sucked. It was hokey games, it was dumb, people were boring. And then podcasts come in and you're like, wait, I can listen to this whenever I want?
Yeah.
I can,
and they can say whatever they want.
They can say whatever they want, and there are people who are funnier. They're not restricted by the FDA shit at all. Was it FDA?
FCC.
FCC.
Or the FDA.
And the FDA. They can eat whatever the fuck they want on the podcast. But, and then with stand-up, it's like, sometimes these old structures that create this like great moat for their protection, the moat makes them lazy. It's like, they don't even have to fight. And if you don't have to fight, you get nice and fat. You know, pigs get fat. What is it? Hogs get fat. Slaughtered. They get slaughtered, right? And same thing happened with stand-up. It's like, there are all these restrictions, and the comedy, they thought that they could push the comedy in whatever direction they want because there was no competition. And then all of a sudden we found a way to compete and steamrolled them. Like how fast Comedy Central just became absolutely obsolete. Yeah. You're talking about in like a couple of years. The biggest platform on cable television for comedy is completely obsolete within a couple of years. And that's you not curating the product. That's the same thing with boxing. And that's exactly what's gonna happen, is these YouTube guys have made the traditional world champion boxers obsolete. Nobody knew Canelo fought. We're talking about KSI. Nobody knows what the fuck is happening or nobody knew Rolly got a belt this weekend. I knew, but like I'm a boxing fan. Everybody knows Jake Paul is fighting Nate Diaz.
Yeah. What's the dude, Devin Haney?
Devin Haney is going to fight Lomachenko.
Yeah.
And I think in like a week.
Yeah.
That should be the biggest fight in boxing.
Haney is so good. I didn't even realize how good he was. And I found out about him from a podcast.
Isn't that, who'd you watch him on?
I think he was talking about Bradley Martin.
Bradley Martin, yeah.
And I'm watching him, I was like, oh, this guy's really funny. I wonder if he's good at boxing. And then I looked at him, I was like, oh, yeah, he's pretty good.
Some say he's pound for pound, and he's going to fight the other guy that some say is pound for pound. This should be the biggest fight in boxing.
Yeah.
Like,
I had no idea. I don't even know who this guy is.
Dude, he's amazing.
And that's the problem. The problem is they thought the belts were the promotion. Yeah. And it existed when there was no competition. Having a belt, they thought people really cared about that. We don't really care about belts. We care about beefs. We don't need a belt to be involved. We want to see a beef get settled. And I think the UFC figured that out immediately. They're like, you know what? People really love Cowboy Cerrone. And they would rather watch him fight somebody that's more on his level than watch him just get brutalized by a Conor McGregor.
Yeah.
Unless you love Conor, and then obviously you want to see Conor get victories. But there's a way to match fighters so that it's entertaining.
Speaking of which, I was actually curious what you thought. We've talked before about fighting people in different weight classes, and that I think all of us on the pod were like, oh, at like featherweight, we could, fuck up even a really good guy.
Not me.
Yeah, you were on.
You could fuck somebody up.
Now, being in there with Sean,
Yeah.
Granted, he was at like 145 or 150 maybe when we were hanging with him.
Yeah.
Did that change your perspective at all as far as like a brawl? His quickness, his fight IQ.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, he could do what he wants.
Yeah. Even though he's so much lighter.
Yeah, but it's just like, to be honest with you, the legs change everything. Like I've had a good amount of years of like boxing training, but it's once you add legs, the striking distance is so completely unrecognizable. For boxing, you have to be kind of close to one another.
Yeah.
If you really want to land, you have to be kind of close. And because of that, it's exciting and dangerous and like everything is this adjustment. When kicking is involved, you could be in another room, it feels like. Like I asked him to stand where he could kick me. I was like, just stand distance-wise where you can kick me versus where you can punch me. You're talking about like 2 feet away. And it's like, if he wants to kick me in the head, he's got to be at like maybe punching range, but like leg, just to chew up the leg.
Yeah.
Now, just size alone, did it change your perspective on fighting a female fighter?
No, there's no female fighter that could beat me up ever.
Even with a fire leg kick?
No.
And she's tall. She's a
We
little
need
bit
to
tall.
organize this. We need to organize
I'm upset you gave it up so quick, even if it's a dude, bro. Come on, son. You got 50, 60 pounds on this motherfucker? Like, stop that.
You weren't in there, bro.
Stop that.
You weren't in there, bro.
It's the leg kicks, dude. I'm telling you.
Yeah, just grab him.
You weren't in there,
Catch him.
bro.
Well, you
And that
catch him, don't
jiu-jitsu
let him
shit,
go. So.
that shit. Listen,
Do a
man.
little horseplay, get him down to the ground. Bro, grab something on the street, you got this.
Horses can kick hard, bro. You don't want to get in there.
That kicking shit, bro, is...
Nah, I ain't challenging nobody, but fuck that. I still got him. Okay.
This is just a silly thing. Martha Stewart became the oldest woman to get a Sports Illustrated cover at 81 years old.
So I saw Martha Stewart the other day. I was at Sebastian Maniscalco's premiere for his movie, which was great. It was so much fun. Robert De Niro is an unbelievable actor.
Oh, yeah.
Like, so funny whenever he wants to be. He got a tear out of me at the end. Bobby D squeezed it out. Like, and he really, I mean, I put this on Instagram, but I saw Sebastian Maniscalco perform at the restaurant I managed while I was going to college in Santa Barbara.
I didn't know that.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, that's a cool story.
He came up and he did this. He has this great joke, this Ross joke, where
Bruh.
yeah.
Son,
Yeah.
I saw him, sorry to interrupt, same story, but in like a fucking Tripping on Tuesday, which at the Comedy Store was the all-black night, kind of hood. He gets on, well-dressed white dude. Audience is dead silent. It's kind of tense because it's like, who's this white dude? And he just does, he goes, okay, I like that. A girl woos and he's like, no, I like that, confidence.
Yeah.
He does this fucking Ross joke. I mean, unbelievable the reaction he got. I've never seen an audience fall in love with a comic that hard in my life.
Ross the store?
Yes.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Go look up the joke. You can watch it on
It's so
YouTube
good.
somewhere. But so yeah, he does that and he just fucking kills and he's like really good. And I remember thinking there was a few guys that I saw come up there, and I saw Tig Notaro come up.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Tig actually did fantastic. She like controlled the energy of the room in a way that I've like rarely seen happen in comedy. It was really impressive. And she was very alternative with the comedy, but she really controlled the energy. She had everyone behaving themselves in a restaurant where she was like performing in the window in a corner with people walking by. It was like a horrible situation potentially, but it was very impressive to watch her control the room. So yeah, we had guys come up and, but I remember him specifically. I was like, wow, this guy's like really fucking good.
Yeah.
And then I went and saw a movie that is about his life co-starring Bobby DeNiro. I mean, that is like, it's hard to not root for that one. Like as a comic, it's so exciting to see comics getting movies made about them. Same thing with Burt with the Machine.
Yep.
But also to have, if you're an Italian guy, to have King Italian, like who's the biggest Bollywood star?
Shah Rukh Khan.
Imagine Shah Rukh Khan is playing your dad.
Yeah.
Or your mom.
I'd cry every day.
You'd prefer your mom be honored by the, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? But like, or like the biggest, what is her name? The beautiful Hollywood actress. What is it?
Deepika Padukone.
There's one that has like the light skin eye.
Aishwarya Rai, yeah.
Aishwarya Rai. Imagine that she's playing your mother in a movie about you guys.
Unbelievable.
I'm watching this knowing I saw this guy perform in a shitty failing restaurant that was majority my fault that was failing. And like, I'm seeing a movie with him and Robert De Niro.
And he's holding his own.
Yeah.
He was great. I came up to him, I was like, bro, you can fucking act.
Yeah.
Like I was like, you go into these things with low expectations. I'm gonna go into any comic movie, I go in low expectations because being a comedian and being a comedic actor are polar opposites.
The better you are as a comic, I feel like the worse you start off as an actor.
Comic is try to say something funny. Comedic actor is try to be serious, and because your character is detached, it's funny.
Yeah, in a funny situation.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Will Ferrell is never trying to be funny, which is why it's so funny. They're different things. So like, yeah, it was just like this crazy outer body experience. I mean, I saw this guy when I was fucking 23 years old. Like that's, how many years? I'm 39. What is that, 26 years?
16.
Oh, 16? I can't do math, bro. I'm a psychology major. So 16 years later, dude.
Yeah.
Like in the same place where I started comedy the first time like I went up.
Yeah.
Is there. Like it was just
Did
fucking
he give you
insane.
credit for starting his career?
I started his career. No.
Also, Ali Wong in Beef.
Is really good?
Have you seen Beef? I mean, she's fucking unbelievable.
Yeah.
And I wasn't sure, because she's a great comic. I was like, I don't know if she can act.
Yeah.
I walk into this movie, this show, not knowing, and she's fantastic. Dude.
Really?
And it's like, it's kind of a dark comedy, if a comedy at all. It's pretty serious. And I forgot she was a comic for so many episodes. Yeah. She just became this character.
And Santino.
Santino's always great. I mean, we've seen Santino.
Santino's
He's incredible.
fantastic actor.
Yeah.
And
Beef's good. It sucks that it got overshadowed with all that shit
the
that
drama?
was going on.
Yeah.
Because just as a show, it's phenomenal.
it's a great show.
Yeah, it's great. Yeah.
All right, I gotta check it out. Anyway, so I'm at the premiere, and sitting in front of me is let's see, there's like, I'm like 3 rows in front of me is that gay dude who's like Kim Kardashian's friends.
Oh yeah.
What is that guy's
I forget
name?
his name.
But like he became famous by being like friends, I think, with the Kardashians early on. And I think his Instagram is like Food Boss or some shit like that. Doesn't matter, whatever. You'd recognize him if you saw him. And he basically is sitting like 3 rows ahead, right? And popcorn keeps getting hit and getting thrown at him, and he doesn't notice it. And it keeps getting popcorn thrown at him. And it's a packed theater. So it's like, the popcorn could also hit other people.
Yeah.
It's a nice place too. Like
Yeah. And it's like everybody's dressed up and everything and then just popcorn just keeps getting thrown and fucking hitting this guy in the back of the head, and he keeps turning around. And I go to see who's throwing the popcorn, and it's 80-year-old Martha Stewart
Holy
just
shit,
chucking
that's
popcorn
so funny.
at like an also famous dude.
That's so funny.
And eventually he finds out why, and then she just dies laughing at him, and then that's it. And then they watch the movie. And I was like, this girl does not give a fuck.
Yeah.
That's the best.
Yeah.
God bless, dude.
And
God bless.
kind of a piece still.
That's what I'm saying.
I mean, you see it.
Keeping it together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's an 81-year-old.
Let's find the woman's body that they photoshopped this onto.
All right, there might be a little airbrush, but she still looks good though.
She no more airbrush than any other Sports Illustrated model.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Good point.
I mean, you saw her in person.
She was pretty, very pretty.
Yeah.
I didn't see Bod, but she was very
You didn't
pretty.
stand up all the way. Who's throwing the popcorn
Yeah.
over there?
I mean, it was cool.
Yeah.
Anywho,
That's the only pick?
Yeah, I think so. That was the cover. They might have
Probably
others.
haven't
If you're the
released it
cover,
yet.
you got like a
But
spread.
they
or
probably haven't
something.
released it yet,
Yeah.
so that's
Damn, I
the
wanna see
tease
that.
or whatever.
Oh, also some
Old titties,
some
huh?
fire shit happened that I wish Dove was in here. Might not be worth talking about without him, but Al told Dove that he was going to F1, and Dove was like, "Wait, how? How are you going to F1?"
we
you
talked
talked
about this
about
on
it? Oh, fuck.
Patreon.
Yeah.
All right, I'll watch it.
All right, do we have anything fun to leave us on?
He's a hotel manager who apparently snuck into a guest room and was sucking the toes of the guest, and then the guest woke up and was like, "Hey, why are you sucking my toes?"
This again, I need to see the video.
That's y'all in
Understand how I
5 years,
feel.
bro.
There's just a lot of weird stuff about this, you know.
Slippery slope.
Maybe too soon to tell.
I need to point something out here, and I said this to you guys this weekend, but the surgeries for the transgender surgeries have become absolutely outstanding. Something that, you know, I mean,
This is where you start?
just trust me. Just trust me. So, and I did a special a long time about this where I spoke about like what would happen. That's all it would take. It would take the transgender surgery just becoming incredible for so many people to be into it. There is one thing they don't have a surgery for.
Feet.
It's interesting that you say that. So what will happen most likely in the near future is that everybody will become a footman if they want to avoid sleeping with a
Trans woman.
trans woman. So you could say that we're weirdos, or you could say we're ahead of the game. It is what it is.
Or you could say you're transphobic.
Yeah.
Well, if it's
You could say any of those three things.
if it's transphobic to not want to sleep with a trans woman,
That's
then I'm transphobic.
I have a preference.
How dare you?
I'm fat phobic. I'm ugly phobic.
How dare you?
Yeah, I'm Indian phobic.
Okay, that's it.
That about you, my favorite thing about you.
Yeah, I don't like to call that a phobia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah. No, me and
I'm
Mom
not
were talking about this.
afraid of food I don't like. I'm just repulsed by it.
You're a little afraid of cilantro.
No, I'm repulsed by it. Yeah, I am absolutely disgusted by the
Transgender people
idea.
taste like soap to him.
Exactly. Putting my mouth. Now, cilantro can exist. You guys can enjoy cilantro. I'm totally okay with
Yeah.
that.
Are you gonna
but
call me
the
names
idea
for that?
of me ingesting cilantro, ugh.
I had such a good laugh. When we were in Miami, we had one of our family dinners at the sushi place. And one of the rolls we ordered was like a vegetable roll, and it was like filled with so much cilantro. And like I told my shorty, I was like, watch.
Oh, yeah.
So I told Josh, yo, you have to try this one. It's so fucking phenomenal. Like I sold it up, and he took the whole thing. Son, it just popped in my head this past weekend. I just started dying laughing. It was so good. It was so good.
Bro,
You remember that too, right?
No, I don't remember it, but I
blocked it
remember
out.
how horrible cilantro is, so I can imagine that happening. It was fucking brutal. It was absolutely,
Damn, dude.
Yeah, you should have subdued me, bro.
That's like setting your boy up with like a trans woman being like, bro, this girl really feeling you, bro.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm sure dudes have
fucked
done
up.
that.
Oh,
I'm sure dudes have done that. Yeah.
marketplace for it in a country where that's the number one thing to do.
yeah.
You know what's weird is Thailand. I was talking to this Thai chick, and I think, and she was just like, it's interesting. It is an incredibly conservative country, but when it comes to sex and like sexuality, there is almost zero pushback on like. She was like, yeah, I was a lesbian for years. Now I'm married to a man.
What
like,
religion is Thailand? Like Buddhist?
It's Buddhist.
Yeah.
But she was like, yeah, very conservative. But when it comes to that, like, just like being a girl and being a lesbian, no big deal. I guess being a kid, like being gay, like I wonder if you could rebound from the ladyboy shit. Can that be like a phase? You know what I mean? Like,
It depends how far you go.
but isn't that wild? Like, what a crazy.
And even,
Yeah.
I mean, this is less of an example, but Tim De La Ghetto was on Wildin' Out with me. I remember asking him, he made a lot of sex jokes. I was like, is that cool in your house? He's like, yeah, my parents, my whole family, we make sex jokes all the time.
Oh, he's
and it's,
Thai.
Yeah, he's Thai, yeah.
yeah,
Tim
100%.
Chantarangsu, I think is his full name, his Thai name. But he was just like, yeah, it's just a thing we all do. And it's interesting because it is so much like India when I go there in so many ways, but then sexually they're so much more free.
The Abrahamic religion's got a stronghold on sexual purity. I think that's what it is. As soon as you get out of that, I guess
Hinduism, the family's very, we're like, we don't talk about it, we don't deal with it.
Yeah, I guess Buddhism, I wonder if in like Buddhist ideology they have like a strong sexual thing.
But what's weird is that it's Buddhist is like remove desire. And sex culture is pure desire.
That's true.
Or have we been taught that it's desire? Have you been taught that it's something that you should lust for, when really it's just the natural way? It's like food, it's like anything.
I mean, flying to Thailand to bang a 15-year-old ladyboy seems like desire to me.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
imprinted in them, dude.
Yeah. Tom said it with a knowing laugh.
I know that's right.
Okay, is this the toe sucker?
Yeah, there's a toe sucker, dude. David Patrick Neal. He snuck in. Apparently, he was casing the joint the day before because he was trying to like change out the TV or help the guests with the TV.
Okay.
And then the guy woke up with him in his room and he said, "Oh, I thought I smelled smoke."
Whoa, was a guy? Whoa. Hey.
Oh, you guys didn't know that?
Yeah. Brennan reportedly screamed when he found out Neal sucking on his
I'm
toes.
not into this, yo. Yo, this guy got issues. If you're in a dude's feet, you got issues.
Come on,
You can
bro.
objectively notice if a dude's foot is nice or
That's
not.
crazy.
But sucking on a toe is crazy.
Also, he's doing the trans thing in reverse.
Yeah,
he's looking
bro.
at a girl's
This
foot
guy
being
is
like,
twisted, dog.
"Ah, damn, dude."
Lock him up, yo. This is a fucking pervert.
You know what's funny? That man let him suck his toes, yo. Ain't no way I'm gonna wake up mid-suck. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm gonna hear somebody in my fucking room and I'm gonna feel someone sucking my toes. Like, there's no way you wake up 3 minutes into a toe suck. He was getting his toe sucked. He liked it. He thought that dude was snitch and he was like, oh, he's the gay one. 100%. This
Guy
actually,
like fucking Grandpa Simpson, bro. This is crazy. You let this man suck your toes.
yeah, this is a.
You know, maybe he's having a dream. Maybe he's getting his toes sucked and thought it was just a dream he was having. Maybe someone else was sucking his toes in the dream, and then he woke up and realized it was.
Yeah, we got to talk to this Brennan
think
guy.
It was Rick Moranis.
According to the science and y'all logic, he's the most straight because y'all are ahead of your time by adoring feet. He's a gay man, and he could have went for a dick, an asshole, a mouth. Motherfucker went toes first.
You got to see the toes, though.
That's the straightest thing
we got
about
to see
him,
the
bro.
toes. I didn't. What is this guy's
He
name?
probably had
Brennan?
it.
Do we have him on Instagram?
I feel like butthole is more straight than toes for a dude.
No, but I'm
Because
saying
you can't look at two buttholes and know what's what. I can look at feet and know what gender is what.
no, but
good
he's
point.
a gay man.
That's a really good point.
Yeah, that was a good point. Yeah.
Thank
but
you.
he's a gay
15-0.
man, and he saw this.
15 love.
He saw,
That's what it is.
Peter Brennan.
yeah,
Yeah.
Son, I'm telling you.
Also,
that's
you
super
cannot.
straight.
If
No
you-
way
I
Peter
respect
Brennan got
it.
nice feet.
There's no way he's letting his name be put out there. Don't let your name be put out. If you're sucking my toes, I'm dying
John
with that
Doe.
information.
That's John Doe. That should be John Doe.
I'm gonna die
Let's-
with that information. You
let's
could not
find
torture me to get that out. Are you
sure.
crazy?
That's a good
You're
point.
getting your toes sucked, and you're just gonna be like, "Yeah, I'll press
yo,
charges."
Peter Brennan might be a little clout trout, bro.
What is that?
Son.
You can't. If you're getting your toes sucked, you gotta live and let live.
I
That's
bet
crazy.
I bet you got an OnlyFans.
Keep going down a little
Feet
bit. I
pic.
need to read this story a little bit. Hold on.
Yeah, the lawsuit alleges that Neal cloned the key to Brennan's room, entered the room during the early morning hours without knocking or announcing himself. He screamed when he found Neal sucking on his toes, which is kind of rude to put in the article. Like the fact that he was like, ah! When he found Neal sucking on his toes, immediately recognized him as one of the two hotel staff members who had been in the room the previous day to help with the TV. Following the incident, Neal told the officers that he entered his room because he smelled smoke, wanted to check on him for safety. Neal did not report a smoke smell into hotel security, and no one else smelled any smoke, according to police.
That's funny.
All of my life, you just have a sense of security and the sense of peace, right? It's not like you're camping. You have to keep one eye open, Brennan told the local outlet. You have that security that's yours, and when you close your eyes, you feel like you're safe and you're protected, and it was a complete
Was he
violation.
sleeping above the blankets? Like, I don't, or was it
How'd you
like
get in
Charlie in the
there?
Chocolate Factory
Oh,
where
yeah.
like the toes are coming out the
it might
end
have
of
been,
the
it might have been a
bed?
Buddy the Elf situation.
yeah.
Sometimes I do climate control where it's just like you kind of
put a-
stick
you
a
stick a
foot
foot
out.
One out,
and
but I don't sleep toes up. This guy's weird. This Peter Brennan dude
So
is
you
weird.
sleep on your belly, bro?
Yeah. No, you
I
go
don't
side.
sleep toes up.
So that means your toes are down, so your
Side, could be
belly.
side.
Oh, it could
I
be
sleep on my
side.
stomach and
So-
side.
I go side.
My belly's funny.
So he goes. So this guy's supposedly just
Yeah.
sleeping like
Wicked
this, like
Witch
a
of the West.
With his
vampire.
feet out.
Yeah, Wicked Witch of the West. Yeah, like
Yeah, yeah.
this Peter Brennan dude is. I don't know if I trust this, bro. I think they might have had a little situation, and he got caught by someone else. Is there a third party?
I don't know.
Son, it was the Hilton Hotel in downtown Nashville. That's terrible press, bro. You staying at a 4-star hotel that's happening?
Or great press for something.
Which is funny. His attorney was like, the Hilton hired this person. They have to do better background checks. I'm like, what background check? He'd
Is
be like,
Peter Brennan gay?
He might
gotta
be
be.
gay on the low.
If he's gay, then this shit is they're in this together. 100%. He gonna sue the
It's a
Hilton.
setup?
It's a setup. 100%.
he might be secret gay.
Secret
Closet
gay, 100%. How much did Playmaker get from the Marriott?
He sued for $100 million. I don't know how much he got.
Wait, who? Who's playing it?
We're
Irvin.
talking conspiracy corner.
Irvin sued because they made up some shit that he said to a lady,
Yeah.
etc.
Oh, that's what's up.
So they want a crazy lawsuit. So maybe they're just trying to run this up right here. That's weird. Nobody sleeps like this. Your toes are underneath
Something
the
is
blankets.
off.
Also, hotel blankets specifically, the most tucked in
Yeah,
under
Yeah,
the
that's true.
mattress.
That's very
I
true.
always untuck them.
I used
Yeah.
to, but I asked too much work now, bro. I can't be doing all this work and
Because then you
working.
like this the whole night.
Yeah, no.
Nah, but still, toes out, up, weird.
Toes are
Out
not
and
out.
up.
Toes are not out.
Out and
That's
up.
Yeah, but if it's
That's
out,
weird.
it could be to the side.
So you didn't hear this guy come in. You didn't feel him lift the covers. You only noticed midway through the suck.
Nah, bro. This is a setup.
So
How either you were super drunk and knocked out,
y'all
unconscious, basically.
never got your dick sucked in your sleep?
Alex.
I'm just saying, I'm asking, baby, was
By
that
the hotel desk clerk?
No. By
much
like
you have to
whatever.
pay
No,
for that?
Alex, we didn't get our dick sucked by the hotel desk clerk.
No, while you're sleeping, I'm just curious. Like,
no,
have you?
not while we're sleeping. You're in that like gray area. You got your dick sucked while you're sleeping?
Yeah, it was a fantasy about it, and it was all right.
But
Oh,
so
you
now
requested.
you don't know if one of your boys suck your dick while you're sleeping. No. This is actually a good point.
He's not
You
wrong,
cannot
Alex. He's
confidently
not wrong.
say
What
are you
you
talking
didn't get your
He's
dick
not
sucked
wrong.
when you were a
woke
kid by your
up.
friends.
I woke up.
Oh, now you woke up.
Yeah, I'm saying.
Now we
That's-
wake up.
I'm trying.
You started with y'all never got your dick sucked while you're sleeping, but now you
Yes.
waking up to the dick suck.
Okay, so I was like, hey, I would like to be woken up to my dick getting sucked. So it's like, you know how sometimes you get hard while you're sleeping?
Oh, yeah, got the wake up blowjob. But that's
Yes.
different. This is
So
not that.
yes, it was this. He was just hoping that when he woke up, he was gonna like it. And the guy woke up and didn't like it. That's what he was hoping.
Yo, that's a brave request if
Yeah.
you don't know.
He
If you
probably,
don't know.
he was
Yeah,
changing.
like I know I'm gonna like getting head, sleep, or awake.
Yeah, but he probably
If he sucked his dick, the guy probably would have liked it.
He probably picked up on some signals, like cross signals. He's like, oh, I'll change the TV. This guy's kind of flirting with me. Maybe he wakes up to me sucking on his toes. He's gonna be like, all right, let's go.
Oh, I 100% think that they were flirting. They had a little kind of understanding. 100%.
Yeah, but then if the guy getting his toes sucked fucking called the cops on him, then apparently.
Yeah, I think that they had a little flirtation, a little something going on, and I think it was on some gay shit where it's just like, yo, it's on site. Like, gay sex is on site.
Yeah, so then why
Gay
you call
sex
it?
is
Gang
like,
beef.
it's like Bloods and Crips, right? It's just like, oh, we got the ops, pound them. You know what I mean? And I think what happened was they thought it was on site, and then the dude was like, yo, not at 5 in the morning, son. Like, I need my sleep. You can't be sucking my toes and shit. Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah, that's all this is. Gay problem.
Maybe he was just a bad toe sucker.
Yeah, oh, that's true. Yeah, if you went for pinky toe first.
Yeah.
Oh,
Come on, dude.
Can't feel that.
Yeah, apparently he suffered post-traumatic stress disorder and struggles to get sleep in the wake of his alleged toe-sucking incident.
I mean, if that is all true, I would definitely have PTSD.
But what does that even look like?
Son, how you gonna fall asleep? Somebody gonna suck my fucking toes in my sleep?
Is that what happened to you?
Yo,
you
maybe
can't fall
I
asleep,
repressed
bro.
it, yo.
You guys are repressed
Maybe
toe-sucking
I repressed
memories,
it,
dude.
dude.
Jesus.
Maybe I
We
repressed
gotta do
it.
some. You gotta do hypnotherapy.
You know, maybe
You gotta do that.
That shit definitely didn't happen. Y'all see his feet.
Yeah, your feet look
Who
real.
the fuck would get near them things?
The feet are, his feet are fucking
I think
crazy.
part of the reason I'm into feet is because mine are ugly. Probably same for you.
But you don't bring me into your goofy ass fucking feet. No way.
You don't got good feet.
Son.
I got better feet than you. Mine look like feet.
What does his look like?
They got monkey hands, bro. 100%, dude. He could peel a mango.
That's fair, but that's-
Dude,
we both
this
got ugly
guy's
feet.
feet
You know
are
what I mean?
fucking insane. I've never
Don't
seen.
say that's fair. Stop it.
No,
Fight back.
No. Shut up, Al.
It's fine. You got ugly feet, we're in
You got
feet.
the gayest looking feet for sure.
Wait, why do you got?
Yeah, I do.
Without a doubt.
Yeah, they're
100%.
sexy.
You have like an ugly woman's feet. Yeah, you have grandmama's feet.
I got the
That's
best
what you
looking
look at.
feet here.
No, you
I'll
got
take
ugly
that.
fat bitch feet. You got
No.
flat ass feet.
yeah,
you got
you're
a
a
bitch
little
that you got a
You're
bitch
a
that's
hater.
cocky, but she's just a fat girl. And she gets her toes done like the rest of her ain't
weird
useless.
for you because you like feet and you check it out by feet.
Oh, I checked it. I
That's
said,
weird,
Mark got
bro.
Greek statue feet. I
Let's
know
go.
everybody's feet.
Mark got better feet than me.
Bro.
Greek statue.
Bro,
He's
he
got
said-
Greek
he said
statue.
that one
Mark got better feet than me.
Come on,
Bro,
baby.
you have objectively scuba diving
No
feet.
arch,
like,
bro.
Your
No
feet
arch.
look ugly.
Oh, get the
No
fuck
arch.
out
No
of here.
arch.
This is the most disrespectful shit you've ever said ever
I look
on
at
this
your feet. I
podcast
don't think you
ever,
got
son.
balance.
Son,
You can make
you
like
take
a
better
peach
care.
cobbler.
You take better care of them.
Yes,
they're
they
more
look-
manicured.
they look
But the
beautiful.
structure is.
Oh no, they don't look good. They're just taken care of. You got fat bitch
we
feet.
gotta have a feet off.
Because they're not ugly,
We
but
gotta
they're
have a feet
not
off.
cute. They're just
Are you
well
getting the
taken
dogs
care
out?
We
of.
gotta have a foot off.
Are you trying to get the dogs out right now?
No, Mark's got the Greek style.
Let's get the dogs out.
right
Let's get the dogs out.
Right now.
Gas tank on E. Wipe them down. Let's go, baby.
I haven't got them done in a while. Like that.
See? He's a little worried. He hasn't
Wait,
got
you're
them
not
done.
gonna bust them out?
No.
Get the
It's
dogs
like
out.
I got like crazy amount of growth and shit.
Where
Like
my dogs at?
No, I'll come
Where my
back.
dogs at?
I'll see you Wednesday. What's up? What's
You
up?
having a dog off,
So
dude?
what's up?
Let's have a
No,
dog
we
off,
gotta
dude.
weigh in, make sure we both in the same.
Nathan's international, baby.
Come on.
Let's go.
I think Mark might have the best feet. I don't even want to see Miles' feet.
Crazy.
Yeah, don't do that.
Yeah, I don't want to see your feet at all.
Don't do that. I got good
I
feet.
thought I'd been one the foot.
Nah, the manicure, they're
Moss
well
said you
done.
got good feet?
They're well done.
Dude, Dove's feet are the worst, dude. Dove's nails, about 3 to 4 of Dove's nails on each feet look like they should be hanging from a cave. Like he has stalagmite toenails, bro. It is absolutely fucking
Remember when he took
repulsive.
his shoe off and a bat flew out? Do you remember that?
I do.
Do you remember?
I do remember.
There was a bat
Dude,
sleeping on his little toenail.
and then his feet are so corroded that what he does is paints the nails that are already green. This is
that's rough,
No,
yeah.
he has to paint them the same color as his skin, so you kind of don't notice it.
That's
Yeah,
hilarious.
so he has 3 or 4 nails that are painted like this, like what is he like?
He killing you right
Kind of whatever, I don't know, Moroccan tan or whatever like this. Yeah, it's bad. It's really bad. And he's such like an elegant manicured man.
Yeah, I know.
So it doesn't look like it
doesn't
would make
match.
sense. And there's nothing that he's done in his life that would suggest that he's put his feet through hard work. You know, he doesn't do cardio. It's not like that. It is just
Yeah, he has
was
the nicest
born
hands in the world.
the
Like-
softest, most beautiful
Yeah.
nails and everything like that. But something about, God forbid, he actually did like some sort of like manual labor in his life. Because from just eating pasta, 4 of his toes have almost fallen off. Like, it's kind of crazy.
So that's funny. I'm still dying to see Shifty's nail because you talk about it and I've never seen
that's
it.
crazy,
Oh,
bro.
yeah.
I
That's
haven't.
crazy.
Oh,
That's
you've seen
crazy.
it?
Yeah,
I
he's
haven't
working
seen it.
through some right now.
Fucking crazy.
My dads are the worst. My dad's nails
Oh,
are.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
we've seen
We're gonna
that.
have to put him under to cut them. It's so painful for him that he can't get them cut, and they're just growing like curling. Oh, yeah. So he'll probably have to go under, and nobody wants to be the one to suggest it. God forbid anything happens.
I know.
You know what I mean? Like, yeah. But it's so long and it's so painful. Every time he goes in, they try to cut one. He's like, no, don't do it.
Oh my!
They can't do like a local anesthetic? Really?
I don't know why.
Damn.
Maybe it's just so like, what would you have to do? You'd have to roll him home afterwards because you put the whole foot.
Yeah, I guess.
I don't know, but he's like, yeah, it's like excruciating pain.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah. And they're gnarly looking.
When does that happen?
We've been trying to do it for fucking years.
Yeah.
Oh, it's not scheduled. I thought this was like something scheduled.
Oh, when we're gonna do the anesthetic?
Yeah.
No. I mean, that's the only recourse we have.
It will
now.
be satisfying,
We have
though.
to do it.
Getting the perfect manicure. It's gonna be. It's
Those
gonna
feet
be
are gonna look
satisfying.
lovely after.
They gotta make a TikTok out of that.
Don't
It's gonna be
have him
awesome.
in no hotel rooms.
Oh god. Oh god.
No Hilton's downtown for this man.
Yeah.
No. His feet are suck proof.
Maybe that's how you gotta do it while he's sleeping. Yeah, you just go in there. Get this guy, be a little gerbil, just nibble him off.
Yeah, see, this guy can suck them soft. You know what I mean? It's just got a little moisture on them.
Yeah, be like,
when you
hey.
get out of the shower is the best time to clip your nails?
Yeah, that's right.
Bad for his toes.
It's either 5 years of prison or we have an amazing punishment. The judge is like, you want to hear it? That's funny.
All right, before we get out of here, thank God, looks like Jamie Foxx is doing all right.
Oh, thank God, dude.
Do not believe everything you hear on the internet. It looks like Jamie Foxx is doing all right. His daughter posted that he was at home recovering, he even played some pickleball. So it looks like he's going to be back. That was scary. I think there was a lot of like blogs posting that it looked like it was
People
turning
were
for the
praying
worst.
for the worst is
Yeah.
what they said. Yeah, that was crazy.
I don't know. Something about that situation just seems a little off.
Really?
Yeah.
What do you think it is?
I don't know, because they were like, the fact that TMZ was jumping out the window and saying that he was bad, TMZ usually doesn't get their shit wrong unless they have like
That's
credible
interesting.
evidence.
Fuck.
And I was like, that's weird. The fact that he's been home for weeks, but then they're reporting that he's bad. And then people very close to him, like friends of him, are saying, please pray for him. It's not looking good or whatever. And then his daughter says, no, he's actually been home playing pickleball. Like, what?
That is
Something
that is
just ain't
interesting,
adding
yo.
Maybe
Fuck,
he
dude.
surprisingly got better, and then they were just reacting like, "Oh, this was an overreaction." Like maybe he was bad, but then miraculously got better, and then they're just trying to point out the media, just being like, "Yo, stop reporting bullshit," even if it wasn't completely bullshit.
I don't know, but that is a little confusing. And TMZ usually does pay top dollar for that information.
And then they check and fact check, they double check, triple check. So that is weird. And also, I mean, we're all so excited if it's true. I'm hoping it's true.
Yeah,
but there's no pictures of him, video of him.
Yeah, we
maybe
need
they're
to
just
see
letting
it.
him recover.
Yeah.
But that is.
What does TMZ stand for?
I don't know.
What's your guess?
30 mile zone.
30-mile zone.
Is that like the area of like urban LA or some shit?
Yeah, it's boring. I won't talk about it.
Thank you, Casetta.
Thanks, Casetta.
Appreciate you, my dude. And then lastly, I mean, maybe this is more Brilliant Idiots convo, but Kanye, there's a lot to be made of this.
Oh, this is a Brilliant Idiots convo for sure.
Yeah.
But Charlamagne said it on Flagrant.
Yeah.
So he's like, yo, I'll blow Kanye if he gets back into business with Adidas. Now, there is a caveat here that Charlamagne will bring up. I still think that, I don't know if he's going to have to blow him, but he's going to have to at least acknowledge that he didn't say that they would sell the rest of the inventory. They're not going back. Well, yeah. They said they severed ties with him.
Yeah.
And now they are paying him out for the rest of the inventory.
But as Charlamagne
Charlamagne did say that, though. He said, because I think someone said they would restock the inventory. He said that's not getting back with him. I'm pretty sure on
He
the
said
episode.
that on
I'm
this?
pretty sure on the episode.
run that
Somebody
back.
said something. Somebody said like they're going to resell the inventory, and he was like, that's not getting back with him. That's not good. So he's talking about getting back and making new shoes.
Yes. Yes, as his attorney, as his legal team. This is
We gotta run back the tape because I don't think he said that. But
he
he
said
might
it.
not have to fully suck dick, but you got to.
Toes in a hotel room.
Yeah, you gotta suck
Okay,
a toe.
fair enough.
You gotta suck a pinky toe or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bro, it's funny. Kanye really built like his new wife is like Kim and Amber Rose put together.
Yeah.
Like it's crazy. He like mashed them, and she's a really beautiful woman. Like, have you seen pictures of her?
I saw the pictures of.
Oh my.
Yeah, and you see the new fashion trend he's pushing
Yeah, with the slippers.
with the slippers, but also these. He's wearing.
Someone said, "Why is he wearing Muay Thai shin guards?"
He is
Yeah,
wearing.
he was.
They're literally Muay Thai shin guards.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
They're like from the brand, and this is like a part of his.
But he just copy wrote these slippers. There's another one of him walking in
yeah,
them.
which actually, I mean,
Fly as fuck.
it's like the Yeezy sock or whatever.
Is that?
I think that's what like the patent is.
Yeah, it reminds me of Foot Soldiers. Street. What is it?
Ninja
What
Turtles?
is it? Ninja Turtles.
Oh
yeah.
yeah.
But look at her.
Yeah, she's beautiful.
God damn, bro.
Yeah.
I mean, god damn.
She seems awesome. She seems
I don't
very
know
nice.
if this is true, but if he's petty as fuck if it is. His new Yeezy store is like 3 doors down from an Adidas store right on Melrose.
No.
Hilarious.
Wow.
Get out of here. That's
hilarious.
fucking.
I mean, he's
I love
like
that
he's
shit.
on some Trump shit in terms of like
He's gonna get away.
demanding
Dragon's
attention,
blood,
He's gonna. Yeah.
getting the people going.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're similar people. He was not wrong.
That same shorty?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. She dyed her hair.
God damn.
And it's crazy. You can feel the energy shifting a little bit. I think that if he puts out stuff, people will buy it.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Oh yeah.
I mean, that's crazy.
Yes.
That's crazy.
It's not that crazy.
You have a Jewish best friend. A lot of
It's a
people
little
don't.
wild.
You
It's
say
a different
sorry.
thing.
No, it's not only about the Jewish thing. It's like shouting out Hitler. It's like Hitler killed Americans too, bro. Like we
Yeah.
went to war. There's a lot of motherfuckers who shed blood over that. It ain't just a Jew thing. Like a lot of people's
He
great
killed people with
grandparents.
special needs. You know what I mean? He killed like if you were gonna be.
Yeah, I wasn't caring about them at all, but that's a good thing.
No,
also.
but if you're
That's-
like, a lot of these people, you might not care about one group of
My
people.
mom always
but
brings
it
up he
hits the whole
killed
spectrum.
Catholics. There's a lot of Catholic priests
that's
that got
facts.
killed.
They probably
That's
earned that
funny.
shit. To be honest with you,
I think we give him a little bit of grace because we can identify he was having like a mental break. I think like, come on.
I hope
that
you're right.
wasn't
but
a
I
sane
think
person.
just if you make good music. Eddie Murphy had a bit about this. He made good music, get away with everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm saying like, because I think if a sane person said the things he said, they're done forever. I think we can identify like, yo, this guy's
that's what
clearly.
I think that's our excuse for ourself.
Son, I want to like the music, bro.
You know what I mean?
I mean,
What?
Blue Square Job.
What's
But
up?
no, I think that's
Perfect timing.
Yeah, he sensed it. I think that's
He wants to like it too.
What?
no, don't start this nonsense. We'll get to it in a second, but I think that we have that excuse so that we can keep doing something. So not we personally, but like I think he's a goofy. But if you like Kanye, you want to keep supporting him. You want to buy his shit. So you go, oh, that horrible stuff that he said, that was just when he was crazy. And that's your justification. That allows you to sleep at night, basically supporting this dude that, you know, said some super foul things and tried to promote super foul things.
Yeah, that was fucked up.
You know, but the slippers look fire, I ain't gonna lie, bro.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And the girl looks fire. He knows what you need. You just need a little arm candy.
Yeah.
Do you think it's calculated? He's like, ugh, people like me more when I have a girl. They like relationships. Like, let me just get in one with a fine chick who looks good at my shit. And
I think you give him a lot of credit with the calculations. I think he's, to Alex's point, got mental illness and he's just going and it works
But
out
his intuition
sometimes.
is good, and that's why it's succeeding.
Maybe.
Yeah.
And I wonder if he can't even tell the difference. I wonder if he's like, I feel better when I'm in this relationship, and he doesn't realize that he's getting more attention because of it, and like
He's just naturally good at
conflating
math.
the two.
Yeah.
And we think it's calculating, but he's like, nah, I see numbers, bro.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. So it's
yeah.
interesting. It is very interesting.
Two big numbers right there.
Okay.
Yeah. Those are tens.
Yeah. Apparently they're married. Like that's his wife.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if it's like legally married, but they had like a ceremony or something.
Yeah.
Wild.
So he's getting after it.
All right, guys. Listen, that's another episode of Flagrant. We will see you on the Patreon this Friday. Join that ass. Okay, patreon.com/flagrant. And thank you so much for listening. Peace.
Peace.